Alright,
Green is the best color. Unless it's
yeah,
blue.
um,
It's showing up.
excellent,
Now loading.
how well okay, I'm gonna, alright, I'm all set up, a couch bot. Alright, as long as there's nothing, hold on, desktop audio, say something.
Hello.
Okay, so, OBS is picking up the desktop audio,
Very good.
which
As long as
means,
it's balanced, we should be good.
yeah, you want to check on the, you want to check on the, on the stream if, our voices are equal, of equal level,
Sure, one sec.
because, I am gonna, like, twiddle around with the mic on the mixer, but, of course, if I'm gonna have to, like, start up the game now with, oh yes, hello, oh yes, hey Hydro, this is, because, I guess I should introduce my co-con for this, for these streams. Why don't you say hi to yourself? I mean, hi.
Hello.
Why don't you...
This is
Alright.
WillWare. I play video games too sometimes.
Oh yeah, do you want to do that again? I kind of made a little bit of an interruption.
Say what?
Can you do it? Can you do the intro again?
Yes. Hello, my name is WillWare, or just Will. Doesn't really matter. I also have a Twitch channel, and I use it sometimes. So if you would like to see that, just click on my name or something. I'll be in the chat infrequently. So.
And yes, I have a co-host with me. And this is quite kind of like the first time I've got somebody joining me for this one.
Which makes it extra special.
Alright, I'm gonna reset the game, and I'm gonna see how loud the game's volume. Hopefully it shouldn't be too loud or too quiet. Because if the audio levels are good, then we can keep on, then I can move on. Oh, is the game too quiet? How does the game sound on your end?
It's hard for me to hear the call and also the stream, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting told it's quiet, so I'm gonna turn it up. Just a smidge. Yeah, it's a bit quiet. You know, I'm gonna have a constant sound playing in the background, so for this, I'm gonna turn on the level select. Oops, I pressed start too soon. Oh, who is this in the call, Mint? It's WillWare. He was previously in the chat for Diddy Kong Racing.
Hello, everyone. I will try to be semi-entertaining without stepping on our friend's toes here.
Thank you kindly. Alright, and it looks like okay, it looks like in some of the Discord groups I'm in, it's okay, so it looks like in some of the Discord groups I'm in, servers I'm in, Couchbot has given a notification. So hopefully we should get some more people coming in. Maybe some more people coming in.
Ah, yeah. No pressure.
Okay, so and just a couple more, just a little bit longer, and
Someone mentioned it seems like it's picking up on your mic as well as the game audio through the capture card and it's sounding doubled.
doubled? Oh, you mean like an echo?
Yeah.
Hold on, I think it might need to do with the video preview. I made sure it's muted and hidden.
What?
I checked to make sure it's muted. Maybe it's because is it not a Discord thing?
I don't think it should be. I don't have the sound playing through mine.
Huh. Hang on, hold on, let me check it. Let me just check a minute. I'm gonna mute my mic and desktop audio just a second.
Okay. which capture card you have. So.
Right. I've muted the game audio and put both of us back on.
Okay.
All right. What's the offset? What's the sync offset again? Because I've set it to 200 milliseconds.
It's usually 750 for me. I don't know if it's that bad for anyone else, for your capture card or for anyone else. So.
All right. I'm setting it to 750.
We may have to experiment with this a bit.
Yeah. Because all right. 1, 2, 3. After the 1, 2, 3, after the 3, Labyrinth Zone music should have started playing. Oh! I forgot to unmute the game capture. All right, I'm gonna do this again. 1. All right. Since Labyrinth Zone music is gonna be playing, I'm gonna play a different song. 1, 2, 3, go! The music should have changed as the instant I said go. Has it?
It's I forget which one that is. It's either Spring Yard or Labyrinth.
It's I put on Scrap Brain music.
Put on Scrap Brain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay.
All right. Did the song start as soon as I said go?
There's like 8 seconds of delay on Twitch, so.
8 seconds. Oh, all right. Oh, Mint, I am in just in the call between me and Will.
Technically a friend call. Technically could be a group call, but.
Yeah, it's just the two of us, so it's just a friend call. Alright, so I think that's enough setting up, so I think if we're all good to go, then I think if my mic delay is set appropriately, then I think we're all good to go.
It should be working.
Because did you hear the Scrap Brain music start playing as soon as I said go? Because I'll do another test with different music.
I just listened to it over the stream and it sounded good, I think. I only got to hear a little bit of it.
Alright, I'm gonna put Green Hill's music back on again. I'm gonna do the 1, 2, 3 go again, so you might want to remain quiet.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go! How did it go?
We added too much delay, I think.
Oh,
Stick it to 500 and don't worry about it.
Alright then, 500 it is. Let's see, advanced audio properties. How long is it? How many milliseconds are in a second?
1,000. So we're talking about like split-second delays, which will make it sound echoey, but it shouldn't be too bad if you've got it close enough.
Okay, then I think after all that setting up, we're finally ready to start.
Oh boy!
So for that, I'm going to hit the reset button on my Sega Mega Drive, and yes, it's a real Sega Mega Drive, a Model 1 European model that's been modded with a switch on it that lets me play at NTSC.
Oh, nice.
The trouble is the Mega Drive, the PAL Mega Drive, has a different clock speed compared to an actual American system. So if you try to have install a switch to force it to display an NTSC signal, things are going to be some TVs might not be able to pick up the picture very well. It'll take like a few seconds to adjust itself, or sometimes it can take minutes. Especially so with this HD video converter box.
The cartridge you use doesn't actually make a difference, though, right?
No, it doesn't. Well, that depends. Well, that depends by game cartridge, because some games don't care what regions the system is set to. Others have region lock. Sonic 1, for instance, is region free.
Sonic 2 is probably region free then, because somehow.
Yes, Sonic 2 is region free.
PAL version of Sonic 2 ended up in a game store nearby, so I have 2 copies of Sonic 2 now.
Yeah, I have 2 copies of Sonic 2 as well. I've got the European version, plus I've got an Asian version.
Oh,
damn. It's practically identical to the Asian version is identical to the it's identical to the Japanese version box, manual, cartridge, and all. The only difference, as well as the game itself, the only difference being is that it has Asian version print on the front.
Ah, okay, so just the box.
Apart from that, it's identical to the Japanese version.
Okay.
Alright, anyway, enough blabbing about, and let's play the game. Start with
yeah.
Green Hill Zone. The start of well, the very first locale in all of Sonic.
And most of Sonic lately.
Yes, and this is the first of many, so you better get used to it.
So what's your take on Sonic 1 in general?
What's it? Well, Sonic 1, as in like how it is.
Yeah.
This is the very first game I've ever played.
Ah, okay.
Oh man, I took it a bit too long. I could have done this in less than 30 seconds, and you get a massive time bonus.
Like enough for an extra life too, right?
Not in this. Well, not in this game, no.
Oh, okay.
But I know some ports of the game add in extra life every 500 points.
500,000, you mean?
Yeah, 500,000.
That would be.
No, wait,
slightly
50,000.
broken. Oh, 50,000, right. That would
Yes,
also be slightly
50,000.
broken.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: the instant this special stage begins, if you don't hold any of the buttons, you go to the Chaos Emerald room.
So,
I was going. If you don't hold any buttons as soon as the first special stage begins, you'll just roll right into the Chaos Emerald room.
I didn't know that. That's a thing.
I would have actually. Do you want me to go do that now? Do it now.
You already got the Chaos Emerald. Let's just keep.
Yeah,
going.
because I mean, this is Green Hill Zone Act 1 isn't very long. We might as well just carry on anyway.
Yeah. On to Act 2. You've already been there for 10 seconds though.
Yeah, I wasted another chance to beat this in less than 30.
That's just more chance to show off the level.
But yeah, oh no, I forgot the rings. I'm 2 rings short.
Well,
Oh, and Hydro, I'm speaking to Will through Discord. I had a little bit of trouble getting this set up, so because when I was trying to faff about with the with mic sensitivity, suddenly everything wouldn't pick up my mic anymore, so I had to restart my computer and then reset all my. Yeah. Well, anyway, I can't get another Chaos Emerald, so I might as well until Marble Zone Act 1, so I might as well just get to the end.
you've got time.
Yeah, because when I did a test run, a practice run of this, it only took me like 40 minutes to beat the game with all emeralds.
Meanwhile, I don't think I ever have beaten the game regularly. I
Huh.
have enough patience in a Sonic game.
Huh. Also, is everything also, just to check, is everything 60 frames on the stream?
I think we're at 30 actually.
No, I set it to.
I think it's capturing
set-
at 30, but the stream is at 60.
Yeah, because I set the settings to I set the output settings to 60 FPS. So it should be it should be 60 FPS as before on some of my streams.
Some of the sprites aren't flickering like they usually do, so I just sort of wondered if it was 30 or 60.
Oh, excellent! Thanks, Onion.
It's just Sonic 1 isn't. Oh, that explains it.
Yeah. Also, you know, I would have liked to have played the 2013 mobile release by Taxman and Stealth. But because it's a mobile game, I'd have to set up BlueStacks to get it running. I think it might be a little bit too taxing on my computer since I have to use it to stream as well. Plus it would probably be a bit of a hassle to set up, and I mean more of a hassle.
I believe you're playing the Steam version of Sonic CD though, right?
Yes, I'm playing the Steam version of Sonic CD.
It's too bad there's not a Steam remaster of Sonic 1. Because
Yeah, or Sonic 2. In fact, I think part of the reason why I think the Nintendo exclusivity deal that Sega had with Nintendo might have been part of the reason why we didn't get to see the remasters on consoles.
Exclusive DLC?
No, the exclusivity deal that that Sega made with Nintendo to release 3 Sonic games exclusively on Nintendo Nintendo hardware.
All right, I remember that.
Yeah, the first one was Sonic Lost World, and then the second one was Mario and Sonic at the Sochi Winter Olympics, and the third one being Sonic Boom.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. I don't see why that would stop them from releasing the remasters now, though.
Yeah, because everybody's been clamoring for it.
Indeed.
But yeah, I wanted to stream the remakes instead of the originals for Sonic 1 and Sonic 2.
Would have been nice to see Hidden Palace, but oh well.
Yeah. Because I really do like what was done with Hidden Palace. Plus, they also added a few extra. Oh no! Yeah, I blew it.
Oh dear. Oh, there it is. Yep, that happened on stream. Yep.
Yeah, because could this be? I think this might as well be the so-called LP or stream curse, where you do well off when you're not recording yourself, but when you actually do record the game yourself or stream yourself playing the game, you screw up.
It's hard to pay attention and talk at the same time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm talking to you and those in the chat while playing this at the same time, and it kind of takes you off focus.
That's why I was wondering. Like, it's good that you did those practice runs, but I don't think it's gonna take 40 minutes to get through this.
Yeah. Plus, I only have I have to beat 6 special stages, and I only get 10 tries.
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
Throughout the whole game, because once my last chance to do it to enter the special stages is in Starlight Zone Act 2.
You can't do it in Scrap Brain?
Nope, there are no special rings in Scrap Brain.
I did not know that.
I think part of it has something to do with like VRAM. Like it couldn't like the VRAM is being used up by the background animations in Scrap Brain Act 1. Plus,
so that's a glitch and not intentional?
Well, it could be intentional because it is the last zone in the game.
Right.
And obviously, after right after Act 1, you Act 2 you go to Act 2, which ends with a playable cutscene.
All right, it does.
Alright, I'm gonna do a little trick here with one of the bat brains. I'm gonna lure it over here. I'm gonna jump on it. Oh well.
Did you just try to skip half the stage?
No, what I was trying to do is, okay, there's a stack of blocks in here in Marble Zone. If you bounce on 16 or more breakable objects, you start getting 10,000 points.
Ah.
This area, Marble Zone Act 2, is one of the only places you can do it.
There's not too many enemies that are next to each other in this game.
Yeah, or breakable objects. Because in other games, the only other instances where you can do it in other games are usually places where that respawn enemies, like the flybots in Large Space Zone in Sonic 3. If you stand in the sirens that cause them to appear, you can just, if you keep the spin dash going, you just keep getting more and more points off them, and eventually get a ton of lives.
And all you do is sit there.
Yeah, I think, and someone discovered you can do the same thing in Sonic Mania, but with splats.
That happens in Press Garden, right?
Yes, Press Garden. And we're in Special Stage 3, and I hate this one. Because it's such an open space, you can bounce, and it's so difficult to get to the middle, and you can bounce everywhere.
Honestly,
because
the
it's
two
such a
Ultimate
wide.
Beast ones were the ones that I was best at back in the day.
Really?
I didn't actually play this game very much. I don't know if that's obvious by how little I know about it, but what little I played of it, these were the ones I was best at, and I also pretty much just stuck around Green Hill and Starlight Zone.
Ah. Yeah, because those two are the most speed-centric levels in the game.
Gee, I wonder which games I like best.
Yeah, because once we beat Green Hills, we're slowing down to a crawl.
Congrats on the Chaos Emerald, by the way.
Oh, thanks very much. Also, to answer your question, Onion, do I read any of the Sonic comics? When I was little, I used to read Sonic the Comic, which is the UK's own comic published by Fleetway. And Sonic in that comic is a jerk. I'll tell you that.
Still, it's too bad that comic didn't stick around longer.
Yeah, because I think the comic pretty much died around the time Sonic Adventure came out, because they had one last well, things were already trickling down with the Shanazar story arcs and plus the reprints and no one else besides Amy getting their own stories. And then they had like one last story arc, which was themed around Sonic Adventure.
Well, at least they went out with a bang.
Yeah, and then after the final story arc, it was just reprints from there on.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, until Fleetway finally ceased to publish the comic. Though after the Fleetway story arcs ended, fans of the comic picked up from where they left off with STC Online.
Ooh. So there's so many hidden walls in this zone, I didn't even realize.
Yeah. There was even a massive shortcut right there, which has an extra life in it. Because I basically skipped a great portion of the level.
So you basically skipped everything that will kill you to get something that basically anti-kills you.
Yes. Something like that. As for the Archie comic, well, due to being in the UK and all, I was not be able to read the Archie comic until like the internet became more of a thing, and people started importing until I started finding out that there are shops that sell import comics.
Meanwhile, I got to experience the Archie series at its best during the dark ages of Ken Penders doing his thing.
Oh. Oh, and also Sonic Mega Collection, because they had a library full of covers from many of the different Sonic comics, but I only got to see but however it's just the covers only. There's no actual stories in it besides Sonic Firsts. Because while they only just have the covers for the issues, Sonic First is the entire book in Sonic Mega Collection that you can read. And that was pretty cool, I might add.
I eventually bought the Sonic the Beginnings book for myself. I think that's what it's called.
But yeah, I think I know that after Ken Penders was kicked out, Ian Flynn took over and started bringing things back up from the ground.
Yeah, I got to read some of that, but I was doing high school at the time, so I...
Yeah, I specifically remember going to a retail park. Basically a place where there's lots of where there's a number of like shops and with a big car park and shops. I know one of them was like a general store. I think it was a I think it was a bookstore or something, because yeah, it was definitely a bookstore. I remember when I was there, I think 9 or 10 years ago, there was they had a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog issue 200.
Oh snap.
It's the one where Eggman goes insane.
Hold still, let me shoot you.
Yeah, it was the one where Sonic after Sonic beats Eggman at that point completely loses all of his sanity. And Sonic feels kind of guilty for having broken him. And then that's when Snively brings in all these other villains. But of course, I didn't truly get into the Archie comics until Worlds Collide happened.
That was just when I dropped off, actually, which means I got to miss all that good stuff.
Yeah, because at that point, because of the lawsuits going on with Ken Penders, they had to completely reset the entire universe, and they used the Mega Man crossover as a means of doing that. But what we got after the fiasco, I think that was good stuff. All this reboot stuff.
I hope IDW handles it pretty well.
Yeah, me too. It's such a shame things got cancelled, especially Sonic Mega, the conclusion to Sonic Mega Drive.
That didn't get to read either. I really should, or maybe I should save myself the pain.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I remember seeing one copy of it when I was out. I remember when I was out. Oh yes, IDW has made all sorts of comic series like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Disney, and My Little Pony.
Are they known for handling those well?
Apparently, they're good.
They're in good hands.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we get I'm just hoping that we get Ian Flynn and the others from the Archie comics on board. All those artists.
That's gonna happen, but we don't know for sure still.
Yeah, but it has a very good chance because everybody's rallying for it to happen.
And I'm sure he would be more than thrilled to come back.
Yeah, like as well as artists like Tracy Yardley, Rafa Knight, and probably others I might be forgetting.
Just rehire everyone.
Yes, not Ken Penders.
I don't think he wants to be rehired, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Because he'd rather just further uglify his characters.
And get royalties.
Oh no! Oh! Oh! I thought that roller was going to take my rings. I know you're on a delay, but you'll see in a minute that
Oh snap.
Oh, I missed it in bonus area. Because there's an alternate exit in this level where there's loads of rings. If you have no rings, you can practice. I think you can practically get enough to get into a special stage.
Oh, that's awfully nice of them.
Yeah, it's a reward for skill. Alright, I think I'm supposed to carry on going forward. I don't really read the Archie comics to be honest, but I have a bias for this. Yeah, like, oh yes, I know. I also what also helped me be able to read more of the Archie comics is like some sites having comic scans online, while Google Play also selling the digital versions of the comics.
That definitely helps. It's still
yes,
hard to keep up with all of Ian's lore, though. There's a lot he put into the comics. A lot of good stuff,
yeah,
a lot of it.
And he helped make certain characters more likable. Like apparently, people did not like Otto from the Mega Man series, but apparently, Ian Flynn made him more likable. Plus he also, I think he also made Silver more likable. You know, Silver the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing I also remember reading of the Archie comics is was Worlds Unite, which unfortunately was, let's be honest here, it was not as good as Worlds Collide.
Alright, there was a second one of those, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was yeah, there was a sequel which had even more crossovers because it had Mega Man X crossing over, Sonic Boom crossing over, and then a whole bunch of other Sega and Capcom IPs like Knight, Street Fighter, Ghosts and Goblins, Beautiful Joe, and Skies of Arcadia, Billy Hatcher and the Jinteg.
The Archie interactive video game universe.
Yeah, but it kind of ended up cluttering. It ended up kind of cluttering up things.
That's
Plus the art quality dipped during the second act.
That may be related to the current situation with Archie.
Yeah, and if you hate the Deadly Six, well, you're not gonna like World Unite either because they were because I think because the Deadly Six were kind of shoehorned in just to give Sigma some minions.
Ah, really?
Yeah, because though Ian Flynn did express doing a proper Sonic Lost World arc after the Shattered World Crisis was done with, and he's dropped several hints of it happening, but because the Archie comics being cancelled, he couldn't go through with it because he did set a lot of things up.
I mean,
For it to happen.
You'd just have to set everything up again and also be rehired.
Yeah.
You know, two impossible things.
Yeah, there's so much discussion of the Archie comics, and I'm already like halfway through Sonic 1.
Well, at least you've got a steady clip.
Yeah, at least it's relevant to Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I never actually talked about my experiences of playing Sonic 1 when I was little, because I remember it was like the very first Mega Drive game that I think it was the very first Mega Drive game that my parents got for me and my brother.
Wow.
Because of course we we never actually did beat the game. We just messed about with debug mode.
Mm-hmm. I did the same.
Yeah, I often put in like I used debug mode to put in little rooms and just have him bouncing about. Alright, oh, so when will Hydro's asking me, when will we see Dr. Eggman's niece? Oh yes, did you see that thing that's floating around where somebody misinterpreted the sprite, Eggman sprite, and the flying battery boss in Sonic Mania?
Mm-hmm. Omelet?
Yes, because she looks like she could be adopted as an official character.
Man, if only.
Yeah, also, I'm now in everybody's favorite Sonic 1 level.
Yay.
Actually, I think I might have missed some rings because, oh. I'm gonna kill myself because, I want to collect at least 50 rings and use the shortcut. What's interesting is, although this is a European Sonic 1 cart that I've had for years, this is, it's actually revision 1 of the game, which is typically far more common in Japan. Even though this is a European cartridge. Revision 1 has a few differences, like extra background details, like the ripples you're seeing in the background right now.
Oh, that wasn't part of the original?
No, yeah, no, some of these features were added in, like, for revision 1 of the game. So since you're in America, you're probably familiar with revision 0, where the backgrounds are more static. This is actually revision 1 of the game. It's pretty interesting. Oh, and also the level select order. In the US version, which is revision 0, the level select was in an old order, which is basically how the original planned order. Labyrinth Zone here would have been the second level. But Sonic Team realized how much of a difficulty spike that would be. So they reordered the levels and made this one the 4th.
I'm
also
because familiar with the Sonic Mega Collection version, actually.
Oh yeah, Sonic Mega Collection has a secret version of the game which fixes the spike bug.
Oh, does it?
Yes, there's a secret cheat you put in when you're selecting the game, and then and it makes JP2 appear. You load it up, and it's basically this version of Sonic 1, but with the spike bug fixed. Also, Revision 1 adds an extra ring to this hidden path, just so that you have just barely enough rings to be able to go into the special stage.
There's not that many rings in this stage, are there?
Yeah, because in Revision 0, you'd only be getting like 49 rings if you go through this extra secret path, this shortcut. The Revision 1 adds another ring, so you can just make it into the special stage with exactly 50 rings. And I wanted to get that 10,000 point bonus. Oh yeah. Speaking of original shield doesn't protect you from drowning, there was going to be some goggles for this game.
Ah, right, yeah.
Because I think yeah, that was supposed to either let Sonic breathe underwater longer, or like hold his breath longer, or be able to breathe.
I imagine indefinitely.
Yeah, there is the item is in the 2013 remake, because you can place it with debug mode. But from what I've noticed, it doesn't seem to like make you breathe underwater. Because then again, the bubble shield is also in that game. You can just spawn one in debug mode and then go through the labyrinth zone with the water shield. Oh yes, what was your yeah. Oh yes, please answer my conversation about Sonic Mega Drive. Oh yes, sorry about that. I was too busy in my conversations. I still hope the last part of Sonic Mega Drive gets published at IDW, because one thing that upset me when they... Oh yes, they definitely... When Sonic goes to IDW, they definitely should get Overdrive published.
Whether they will is another question entirely.
Yeah,
And is an even further question farther from there. Farther. Sorry.
yeah.
At least those waterfalls make you go fast. And then
Yeah.
the rest of the level.
It's probably the fastest you'll ever get in Labyrinth. Although Labyrinth Zone in LEGO Dimensions is based off the Lost Labyrinth from Sonic 4, I did like what they did in the cutscene just before it.
I didn't get to play that one.
Oh. Do you want me to tell you what happens just before Labyrinth Zone in that game?
Go ahead.
Okay, when Sonic manages to reunite with Knuckles, Shadow, and Big, after getting the Keystone device from Eggman, he's wondering where to get one of the Chaos Oops! I was trying to do the zip to skip to the end, but I did it wrong.
There's a zip.
Yeah, I was gonna do a zip to get to the end of the stage quickly, but I pressed the wrong direction.
It almost worked.
And I lost my chance to do it. But yeah, anyway, Big tells Sonic he saw a Chaos Emerald in the place with lots of walls, swords, and water. And then Sonic has like a Vietnam-style flashback of Labyrinth Zone, complete with the drowning music.
Oh gosh.
I burst out laughing when I saw that scene. Oh, welcome, Noah Kid. Noah Kick.
Hey.
You
made it.
Oh yeah, you're from WillWare streams. Welcome aboard.
All of the classic Sonic games have the zips.
Yep.
Even Mania has some zips.
Yeah, the zips in Mania are interesting because in the Mega Drive games, when you zip through a wall, you press left or right to go left or right. If you get stuck in the walls in Sonic Mania, you're pushed upwards.
Oh, nice.
It's because it's kind of like a difference with the retro engine.
Might be on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you finish Labyrinth Zone Act 2, once you go past the signpost and hold down, just before the results tally comes up, you crash the game.
Right.
Yeah, if you when you finish Labyrinth Zone Act 2 and you hold down on the D-pad to make the camera scroll down as you before the act results and that come up, you crash the game with an illegal instruction.
Hey, this area you're trying to scroll to doesn't exist anymore.
It reminds me of a glitch that you have to go out your way for in Sonic 3 on its own. When I play Sonic 3 complete, I'll talk about that.
That's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, and also I failed
tomorrow,
special
right?
stage. Yes, it'll be tomorrow.
Alright.
And I failed special stage 2 again. Also, speaking of Mania, do you think that game is the true Sonic 4? Yeah, I would say so. I would definitely say so. Because I know it takes place right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
I always kind of felt like Sonic and Knuckles was the quote-unquote true Sonic 4, but they just sort of stuck them together for one game.
Nah, it was meant to be not Sonic and Knuckles was meant to be like Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles were meant to be one big game.
Right, yeah, but they still split it up, so...
Yeah,
felt
so
that way.
it seems like a Sonic 4, but it's actually Sonic 3 Part 2.
Sonic 4.
It becomes... Yeah, yeah, Sonic... Yeah, it could be basically that. Sonic 3 Episode 1, Sonic 3 Episode 2. Ever Sonic releases before Sonic 4.
Where does Sonic CD fit into all this? It's the CD
Yeah.
release.
Yeah, that was meant to be a separate... That was meant to be a different sequel to Sonic 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna play that game after this one because I personally feel it makes more sense for Sonic CD to follow after Sonic 1.
You might be right about that, honestly.
Yeah, because Tails isn't around yet, and Sonic CD had like a prototype Spin Dash, which is different from the one in Sonic 2. Plus, yeah, what else? Oh yes, plus, for it to follow after Sonic 2 probably wouldn't make sense because, as far as the Death Egg is involved. Because after Sonic 2, the Death Egg falls out of space and crashes on Angel Island. And then that's where, Eggman meets Knuckles and, tries to get his Death Egg sorted out.
Basically one after the other at that point.
Yes. So Sonic CD will either have to take place, ouch. Sonic CD would have to take place before Sonic 2 or after Sonic and... or after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But, considering that Sonic Mania comes directly after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I don't think we can have Sonic CD come after, Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Sonic CD wasn't on the elevator, it must be an alternate timeline.
It could be given time travel. And speaking of, I know people are making jokes that Sonic Mania is the good future, while Sonic 4 is the bad future. They're not wrong with that.
No, they're not. At this point, Sonic timeline is going to be more convoluted than the Zelda timeline.
Yeah, especially when it comes to factoring which games are canon, because I know Sega has disowned Knuckles Chaotix.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, because they don't, because as far as I'm aware, they do not consider that game to be canon anymore, and consider Sonic Heroes to be the true debut of the day of the Chaotix.
Oh, that's a thing. Why would they bring the characters back but completely rebooted from another timeline entirely?
Yeah, and it's also even weirder because we do get references to Knuckles Chaotix in some of the in a few games, because oh, I've really only got one more. You know, I'm gonna kill myself and do this level again because I kind of squandered my chance to get into the special stage. Oh well, I got plenty of time. But as I was saying, there are references to Knuckles Chaotix in some games. Sonic Generations has a remix of Door into Summer that plays in the gallery room. Plus, it also plays the special stage music for the ring time skill.
I don't think I've ever used that skill.
I haven't either. I've primarily mainly used the shields, time break, and supersonic. And sure-footed. I'll never leave home without the sure-footed skill, unless I have no other choice. Plus, Super Smash Bros. For 3DS mentions Knuckles Chaotix on Charmy's trophy.
Does it?
Yeah, you go into you look up Charmy's trophy on Smash 4 on the 3DS, and and the last line is, "He's been busy as a bee ever since his first appearance in Knuckles Chaotix."
Then again,
So Nintendo remembers Knuckles. So Nintendo remembers Knuckles Chaotix exists.
It's also like the least canon thing you can have as a reference.
Yes.
Brothers.
And then there's Sonic Mania, which brings back the blue ring power-up.
No, that's its first appearance.
Really? Yeah, Sega, it sure is.
Let's see if
Alright, this is my last... Alright, this is... Oh yeah, I've got one more chance after this.
Technically.
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna be able to get it done, because I never usually have too much trouble with this one. It's mainly 3 I have trouble with. And I got it! Oh!
Spoilers, it didn't come up on the screen.
Oh, okay, Oh! Yes, Alright, I got all the Chaos Emeralds, so I might as well just speed through the game now.
Yeah, you can be super
And this is what the whole game should have been about! Speed!
Gotta go fast.
Vector found the existence of God. Yes! Oh yes, you are familiar with Platform Mania, are you?
Never got to watch that, unfortunately.
Oh yes, because I did mention it. Oh yeah, I mentioned it on your stream that I was watching Platform Mania. It was discovered that according to the Japanese manual for chaotix, Vector's reason for coming to New Tragic High Zone was because the tremors made them believe it was an act of God.
Oh.
So we came to the island to find God. And it ballooned into an in-joke, and that was even turned into an incentive goal.
Nice.
The goal was very quickly met, which led to Knuckles Chaotix being streamed after Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts of Vector successfully finding God, who turns out to be the glitch character.
What's
You know,
his name again?
yeah, well, his name is... Yeah, his name is actually 10 asterisks. Like 10 asterisks in the level select on the level select menu. But he's White Knuckles. He's a White Knuckles who's supposed to be Tails. Some fans have called him Weknia.
Weknia,
While
that's
while some call me Johnny gave him the name Numbles the Coke Fiend.
Of course.
Yeah, it's in his review of Knuckles Chaotix. Because he spent a bit of time dabbling on some of the secrets in the game, and even bringing up the unused character. The prototypes that were released as part of that massive Sega prototype dump give us further evidence that he was supposed to be Tails. Because he's got a flying ability as well as a power that would have been for Tails.
Oh, dang.
Especially since Sonic was supposed to be in the game too.
Right, that...
But Sega didn't want to have Sonic in it because they had no faith in the game. Well, maybe not no faith, but very little faith, because they had very little faith in the game or the 32X. So they made Knuckles the star of the game just so he can be the fall boy.
How early did they make that decision? Like, how much of it is left over from Sonic Crackers, and how much of it is, like, trying to make a Sonic Chaotix?
I know the prototypes have some leftovers from Sonic Crackers, like an unused text graphic string that says Sonic Crackers S32X.
I mean, that makes some sense.
Yeah. Plus, it's kind of interesting though, because I remember recently when someone on Sonic Retro believed Sonic Crackers was a fake, someone went into further research on the name Sonic Crackers and discovered that a word called clackers. It's basically what clackers are. They're basically, you know, those little ball things connected to a string that make a clacking sound. And plus Sonic Crackers and Knuckles Chaotix, the main gimmick are two characters tethered to each other, and they can roll into balls and bounce about like clackers. And then it came to the mind-blowing revelation that that Sega was possibly trying to call the game Sonic Clackers, but the L and R thing with the Japanese language made the game which made the game's name Sonic Crackers.
Call an R strike again.
Anyway, we're now in the final zone of the game, Scrap Brain Zone.
You're breezing through this. I probably would have died 5 times in the spring yard.
Yeah. Okay. actually we've been going for this 50 minutes, and I've at least like 5 to 10 of those minutes with just trying to get things set up. So far I'd say that's either been 40 or 45 minutes.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Not the entire time.
Okay, there's a little secret with this trick. Okay, 1, 2. Oh. There we go. There was a bit of tight timing on getting up to a platform up there.
Man, that is tight. It's also tight that you made that. Insert 90s lingo here.
Yeah, because this is a 90s game, so we have to use 90s lingo. How radical is that? Yeah, what things does he say now? Way past cool!
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is also the last stage in which we get these point bonuses.
Because after this is an animation, and then after that it just goes straight to the final boss, right?
Yes. Also, if you're off screen and you jump, your controls won't be locked, so you can jump about freely.
And keep getting points.
Yeah. Also, Act 2, Act 2 has a secret to it. For this secret, we want to get 50 rings.
Is it a special stage?
Well, there's no special stages at this point. But it is another secret that involves 50 rings. Oh, okay, well, watch in a minute, because I just did something involving this corner right there. In this after this transport tube, there is a monitor hidden in the wall. Did you see it?
I saw a monitor down there, but I didn't see one hidden in the wall.
Well, there was one hidden right in the corner of that right there. I think it was supposed to be a collision block, but I think changes in object typings made it a monitor with an invalid sub ID. So when it doesn't know it's a blank monitor. But what it did, it displayed parts of the electrical shocking thing. It displayed the graphic was a tile of one of those electrical orbs. But its palette is wrong. All right, here I am at this transport tube. I've got 49 rings. It seems like this is an exit, or is it? Get one more ring and go back in. Secret route. You'll see it in a minute, Will.
I've never heard anything about this before. Interesting.
Yeah, all these things it's kind of. This is like over 25. This is 26. This game is 26 years old, and you're learning new things about it.
I mean, it's older than I am.
Huh. Oh yeah. I think I was born. I was like born before this game came out, because I was born in 1990. This came out in 1991.
I was born in 95, so...
Ah.
My first Sonic game was Sonic 2, and that's because a friend had it.
What do I think of Team Hooligan? I like them. They're both oozed with charm, and I'm super happy we got to see them again. Oh yeah, you guys were discussing Sonic Knuckles Chaos X earlier, so once pointed out that a Super Sonic sprite entails playing Sprite X. Yes, it does! I've seen it on the cutting room floor.
I apparently need to go by the cutting room floor a lot more.
Yeah,
Zone again.
Yep. They just had to squeeze in one last a fourth act of Labyrinth Zone just before the end.
Everyone's favorite.
Plus, there's I think. Fortunately, I'm taking a shortcut.
You know all the shortcuts in this game.
Yeah, I've played this game for years.
Once or twice.
Anyway, but yeah, right now, Sonic, the cutting room floor is having a field day with Sonic Mania now that the PC version is finally out.
I especially need to take a look at that because Sonic Hedgehog has been getting into some of that, and it's good stuff.
Oh yes. Anyway, Final Zone, because what's interesting is because there's loads of unused stuff in the in Sonic Mania. Like recently there was a boss. There was a boss that was supposed to be like based off a game of Jankenpon, which is basically a boss fight revolving around Jankenpon, like in Alex Kidd.
Wow.
Plus and a few other plus a dev menu that you can actually access by changing a setting in the settings.ini file included with the game.
Now that I saw, it's like you just put in a thing and you give it a 1
Yes.
and it works.
And then you press escape during game. And you can practically access anything you want.
Including the old version of Studiopolis, right?
Yes, which is now glitchy.
Ah, that's too bad.
And yeah, and I just died. Plus, also, what else did they also add in? Oh yes, it also had the thanks for playing screen from the demos, except it doesn't display any. It only displays the background.
I still think it's weird that the Switch version of Mania is the only one that has the level select code from the title screen.
Yeah.
I think that was
At least you can. Yeah. At least you can still access it by the alternate method in other versions, by unlocking debug mode and then turning it on, and then doing the same button combination for a no save file.
Actually, I tested it on Switch, so I don't know if it carries over to other versions, but you only need to hold one button.
Really?
Yeah, it's the Y button on Switch.
Oh,
And you don't even
I
have
thought
to
it was.
hold it when you confirm, you can just press it after confirming, as long as you're holding it when the screen fades to black.
Oh right. I know. Oh, is it kind of like holding the A button to access debug mode and the level select in the classics?
Probably.
Ah. Okay. Also, what was I thinking? Oh yes, because I did try to test the title screen cheat on the Xbox One version on my brother's Xbox One, and I couldn't do it, and it didn't work. And I did it on the PC, tried to do it on the PC version as well, and it didn't work either. And I beat Sonic 1! All Chaos Emeralds!
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And there goes Eggman for the last time. Wait. Oh yeah, there's a donkey mode now.
Suddenly, flowers! Big, round tulips everywhere!
Spinning Chaos Emeralds.
Stream is over, go home. Not quite yet, because we got Sonic CD to come after this.
Stay tuned,
For now,
everyone.
Yeah, for now we're just gonna let Sonic run through the we're just gonna have Sonic run through all the different levels in the game while we give our thoughts on Sonic 1. What are your thoughts on Sonic 1?
Well, I didn't really play it as much as a kid. I was more geared toward 2 and 3. But what I did play of it, I had a good time with, mostly with like the level select and debug modes. I would always come back to Starlight in this game. That's such a good zone.
Yes, as for me, of course, this holds close to my heart because this is because even though this game hasn't aged, this game hasn't aged as well as the others. This has been like one of the very first games I've ever played. And it's a good thing my copy still works. In fact, because over the years, both my cartridge and well, basically everything that involved in my copy of Sonic 1 got pretty either battered or lost. The cartridge label got worn out. The box, where the cover on the box, the plastic part of it got ripped off. I think I ripped it off when I was little. I'm not sure. But the cover disappeared along with the actual printed cover, and the manual. I think the manual was also destroyed.
Treat your stuff nicely, kids.
Yes. Especially when we go into the CD-ROM on media, because those discs get scratched very easily. As soon as Plus, though over the last few years, I have been refurbishing my Sonic 1 on cart. I printed a new label for my cartridge. I got a new spare box, printed out the cover from Sonic Retro, and I bought a new manual off eBay.
Good stuff.
No, Sonic Mania does not have a physical disc. The physicalist thing you can get to Sonic Mania is the collector's edition, but it doesn't have a physical copy of the game, just a download code.
You were talking about Sonic CD before, right?
Oh yes, I was talking about Sonic CD, but Onion in the chat just mentioned Sonic Mania.
That was just
But yes, for Sonic CD, I'm gonna go on to Sonic CD in a bit, but I'm just gonna take a 5-minute break to get a drink. So with that, I'm gonna stop Sonic 1 right here, and then I'm gonna get a drink, and then prepare to set up Sonic CD. So I'll see you in a minute. Will can entertain you for a while.
Entertain me?
Yeah, you can entertain the chat for a while. Also, I'm gonna turn on the chat. It's gonna look ugly, but I'm gonna turn on the chat for the BRB for the now loading screen. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit.
And now you're stuck with me. So for some reason, even though Sonic 2 was my first Sonic game, I actually grew up more with the 3D games because the first console I ever owned was a Dreamcast. And I got to play Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and whenever I wanted to play the 2D games, I went over to a friend's house and did that. It wasn't until I got a Mega Collection a few years later that I really started with the 2D games. Noah, be nice. Man, I don't know how to be entertaining. Have you seen my Twitch stream? Oh yeah, by the way, since he's gone for a moment, I figure I better show myself. If you weren't here earlier, my name is WillWare. I also stream games on the internet, and sometimes people like to watch. If you're interested in watching me, I guess here's a link. One sec, in the chat. Boom. That's me. Sriracha's cool too. You should keep watching him when he comes back. Sonic CD is a good game. The remaster is excellent. Ads. Sell out. I tried to promote this in all the usual places because he's going to be doing this stuff all weekend. He's got more Sonic games tomorrow, and then he's going to be doing Mania on Sunday, so definitely follow and stick around if you want to see that. Sonic CD is basically like, what if there was a second sequel to the first Sonic game? Because we've got Sonic 2, which is the obvious numbered sequel, but we've also got Sonic CD, which was done by another team and is a whole different take on what a Sonic sequel would have looked like. Or does look like, I guess I should say. Although Onion is also correct. I spilled water on myself. Mini GDQ Adventure Sriracha. You've got competition.
And yes, you also have even more. Well, I myself have even a different kind of competition, because I know Hellfire Comms has been doing Sony-thon on just recently, and this weekend they're at the incentive block. Oh yes, and I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
So anyway, now that I'm back, I'm going to set up Sonic CD. And for this, I'm going to be using the Steam version of the game. So, I'm going to get Steam booted up.
I was lucky enough to be able to play the old PC version of this game back in the day.
Oh, the Windows 95 release? Yeah, I found it interesting though, because excuse me, they used Sega used the PC, the Windows 95 port for the Gems Collection release.
I figured it seemed familiar.
Yeah, it wasn't very well optimized though, because a number of graphical effects were missing.
I mean, the version wasn't well optimized to begin with. The time travel screens slowed down like heck whenever I went through those.
Yeah, because I know the game employed various like DirectX tricks to do some of the visual stuff, like the watercolor in Tidal Tempest, but the PS2 or GameCube couldn't do it, so therefore you ended up with clear water. Okay, video setup.
So what music are you using for this version?
Well, I'm gonna be doing 2 runs of Sonic CD.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry, it just drink went down the wrong. Alright, I'm gonna be doing 2 runs of Sonic CD. I'm gonna be doing a Sonic run and then a Tails run. I'm gonna have Sonic's run use the Japanese soundtrack, and have Tails be stuck with the industrialized US soundtrack, which is inferior, but it does have some good tracks. Yeah, everything's all windowed. Or I'm gonna set it to PC game. Alright. Alright, it's going to expect I'm gonna have to start hang up just a little bit more setting up. Alright, when you get a chance, I ask the question. Hold on, let me check Discord right now while I can. On a serious,
still technically on break.
oh, of course, oh right, I was reading Mint. Oh yeah, to answer your question on Onion, am I a big fan of Paper Mario? Yes, because Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is pretty much my favorite game on the GameCube.
I think it's pretty close for me too.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened with Paper Mario after Super Paper Mario, but I'm not going to go into that subject.
Mm.
In fact, I'll load up studio mode.
Yeah, man, he's doing the Japanese soundtrack and he's doing the US soundtrack.
So I'm basically, yeah, I'm using both soundtracks. Alright, loading up Sonic CD right now. Sega! Oh yeah, it's probably going to be a bit loud, so I might have to turn it down a bit.
Cover your ears, ladies and gentlemen.
But we won't know until you know, I might have to. It's hard to get in front. Yeah, this game's sounding kind of way too loud. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna have to desktop audio back up so we can hear you. And I'm gonna use the audio mixer to Windows volume mixer to turn down Sonic CD.
The chat is exploding.
Oh yes, Toot Sonic Warrior.
I'm always going to love Sonic Boom more, but as far as the rest of the soundtrack goes, it kind of varies on which one is better for me.
Alright, so everything should be all set up for Sonic CD, and I'll get that and I'll launch the game.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's the best transcription ever.
Alright, I'm not sure how loud the game's gonna be, so we'll just wait for it to come up. Alright, how's the volume for Sonic CD compared to my voice and Will's voice?
Hello, this is my voice just as a sound test.
Ah. Because if it's alright, the volume's good. Alright, excellent. Alright, what about you? Alright, well, say something.
Hello. I'm saying
Alright,
words.
Can you guys hear Will okay among the against the sound?
Based on what I can hear from the stream, it sounds like I'm good.
Oh, okay, I just want to wait for the response for the chat, because there is a delay. I'm a little loud, Alright, I'll turn down the... because, I mean, this is... because, this is the same mic settings as, because I could turn down the...
Need some help?
Yeah, and I just, got turn down Sonic CD a little bit of a smidge.
I was always quiet to begin with, so...
Yeah, okay. I should, okay. You're usually quiet, but you should be a little bit louder, compared to the game.
So this is a good time to go right up to my microphone and just yell into it, right?
Yes. Well, I'm a little...
So we're ready then?
loud? Wait, Mint just said, I have misophonia as I'm not too fond of loud noises.
I've got the same.
Loud? Loud? That's our secret word for today!
I'm so glad the microphone was already clipping.
And then there's loud noises everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna check the settings.
This is the
Video
best.
filter set to nostalgia, spin-dash mode, Mega Drive. Controls. Although it's showing the controls for the Xbox 360 controller, I'm actually using a DualShock 3.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, because I got it set up on the on my PC using something called SCP Toolkit. Of course, all the achievements. Oh, what's that, Noah? Can I like move the mic away from your mouth a little? That's a little bit difficult because it's a headset and the mic can't really move very far. The most I can do is lower my mic volume.
Yeah, we were trying to mess with that a little bit before the stream started, and that's how he ended up muting himself permanently.
Yeah.
So maybe not mess with that this time.
Yeah, maybe I should get a different headset or something, because I mean, this is good quality headset.
Go for a blue snowball if you ever find the money for that.
A blue snowball. Well, it's probably going to be different prices for it because I live in the UK. And probably different availability. Anyway, yeah, that was my practice run right there. Okay, first thing first, I'm going to be Sonic. Now, I want you to listen carefully. Boom, boom. Sonic Boom! Yep. Yep, You just heard the opening theme to Sonic CD. Hang on a minute. Hold on a minute. Something's Oh yeah. Oh yeah. OBS was telling me that encoding was being overloaded by the opening intro.
Oh snap! That sounds like your computer's having a hard time.
Yeah, because it is. It's a video. It's like a full motion video being played directly within the game. It's probably like taxing on the computer on the encoding. It's probably being a bit too taxing on OBS's encoder. But at least you got to see a PowerPoint presentation of it with the actual lyrics restored. Anyway, back to the game, and I'll explain as I go. Originally, okay, when this port was coming out, I mean, they were going through some legal issues regarding the opening and ending theme songs, because they couldn't get the rights to the lyrics of the song. Excuse me. So they had to settle with using instrumentals, which is kind of a shame. Oops, I kind of
hearing about this actually.
Yeah. So to be honest, the vid looked fine to me. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna have to find somewhere.
Probably wasn't skipping too bad as long as the internet was still holding up. If it's
I'm gonna have to
overloaded, then it just means that's a warning, but not necessarily anything problematic happening.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten any dropped frames, because I mean, I'm looking at the drop frames counter, and it's been the same it has been before, during Sonic 1.
Then you should be good.
Isn't the original singer already long ago? Yes, Casey Rankin, I think that's what his name was. He passed away. I'm not sure when he passed away, but he is no longer with us, which meant Sega could not able to strike a deal with his Sega could not strike a deal with his estate, so therefore they had to settle with instrumentals. I have downloaded I found off YouTube somewhere basically modified versions of the video files for this game, which add the lyrics back in, and then I just replaced the video files in my Steam copy with them, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, going for time stones. Okay, this is where things are going to be different. I am not going to bother with the time stones when playing as Sonic, but instead I'm going to do that with Tails. For Sonic's run, I am going to get all the robot transporters and Metal Sonic hologram projectors, because that's another method of getting the good ending in this game.
And it's the only way I've gotten it, because I've never gotten all the time stones.
I think I'm stuck.
Wow. How did you
Well, I gotta
that one?
I don't know. I gotta redo the level. That means I gotta come out the game and redo the level.
Good start!
I fell into one of Dr. Robotnik's diabolical speed traps.
The remakes are great, I promise.
Goes in, poor fellas. Wow. An improved Sonic CD, and I managed to get stuck.
Now that is the LP curse.
It's a good thing I captured that on footage, even though this is like 6 years old at this point. When you said yes, going for the robot generators. Yes, I'm going to get all the robot generators as Sonic, as well as all the Metal Sonic projectors. But for Tails, I'm going to be getting the time stones instead. The reason why I was trying to warp back in time, because warp forward in time, because I wanted to show off Amy.
Amy's only in the present version of this, right?
Yes.
That would explain why I almost never see her in this zone.
I screwed up the time warp. If I don't get it, you know, I wasted enough time with the freeze. I'm just going to ignore Amy. We'll see her again. We'll definitely see her soon.
How could you be so inhumane?
avoiding Amy by traveling back in time. Wow, Sonic. And although I go into a special stage right now, I'm only just going to show off the first one.
This is a teaser for the next playthrough.
Yes. Plus you get to hear the special stage theme, which although we already heard on the menu screen.
The special stage themes I am so torn between, I love them both. So did the blue UFOs matter? I forget.
These blue UFOs I'm destroying, they give you speed bonuses.
Because I know the purple ones matter for sure, I don't remember if the blue ones do.
No, they both matter.
Okay, I know there's one
It's
that'll occasionally show up after a while.
Yeah, well, yes, there is. Okay, those UFOs I was destroying, purple with yellow bands and blue with white bands. The purple ones gives me rings. The blue ones with white bands increase the speed.
Okay.
And when the timer goes below 20 seconds, a blue UFO with red bands appears in the middle. And smashing it gives you a time bonus. So if you find yourself running out of time, be sure to go after that one.
And that one doesn't count for the actual...
No, it doesn't count.
Okay.
It's just giving you extra time. So you can basically play a special stage indefinitely. If you keep going after it every time. Yeah, if you keep going after that UFO every time, time starts getting low.
I completed
Okay, I got
single
it.
special stage in Time Attack, and fairly quickly at that. It's just that I can't seem to do that in a regular playthrough for some reason.
Yeah, because there's no penalty in Time Attack.
Ah, right, that is the reason, isn't it?
Yeah, because if you go in the water in the normal play, you'll lose. You get a time penalty. If you're playing special stages in Time Attack, there's no penalty. So you can just run about in the water as much as you like and go after those UFOs efficiently as possible.
I need to play this classic Sonic games again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's it. How does it feel like watching me play through all of these?
Nostalgic as heck.
Huh. I figured as much.
Did you get the middle Sonic in that zone?
Yes, I did.
Okay, must not have been paying attention.
Alright, because we destroyed the machine in both Acts 1 and 2, Act 3 is a good future. Act 3 is always set in the future. And if we missed at least one of the robot transporters, it'll be a bad future. There's the first boss, and that was the first boss. What a pathetic boss!
I mean, invincibility helps.
Yeah, that's because I got the invincibility and went right behind him. In fact, that's probably not a point in contention for Sonic CD. The bosses. None of these bosses take as many hits as the other classic games.
Some of them are pretty iconic, though.
Yeah, some of them only take as many as 4 hits. Which, compared to other bosses, is pretty pathetic.
The rule of 8.
And then Amy gets kidnapped.
You didn't even let her hug you.
Yeah. She will get to hug me eventually.
She has
Alright,
to burn first.
Yes. She has to endure hardships to be able to get that hug. So have fun being in captivity for a while, Amy. Chainsaw Hands. What game did he have? What game or media did Metal Sonic have Chainsaw Hands?
I think there was one.
Was it the OVA? Anyway, to answer Hydro's question, modern Amy or Boom Amy? Definitely Boom Amy.
I haven't seen enough of the cartoon to have an opinion.
Amy in Sonic Boom, to best describe her, she's a lot more well, she's a lot more well behaved than Amy in the video games. She's not bothered. She's not so focused on going after Sonic. She's more focused on being like the team mum.
She has a
Or
personality? Wow.
And plus she sounds like, plus her actress Cindy Robinson has more freedom with her voice than in the games. So therefore she sounds less like Minnie Mouse. If you heard her performance in Sonic Generations and Lost World, she sounds a lot like Minnie Mouse.
That's not inaccurate.
Yeah, but probably because of the voice direction given from Sonic Team. With Sonic Boom, Amy was given more freedom with Cindy was given more freedom with her voice.
I mean, they're the same thing. Amy, Cindy, same difference.
Yeah.
Might as well be the same person.
Plus Amy in Sonic Boom also has a few funny moments to herself. Collision Chaos. Yeah, I'm not going after. I was only going to show off one time stone for Sonic's run. If you want me to see me go after the time stones, you'll see me do it with Tails. Oh, according to the Archie Sonic comics, Amy wished upon the Chaos Emeralds to become older, which she's still mentally 8 years old.
I remember this one actually.
Wasn't that like retconned? Wasn't by the Super Genesis wave? Because I think that was like pre-Super Genesis wave Amy.
I want to say that was one of Pender's.
Oh yes, it has to be pre-Super Genesis wave Amy.
The whole deal was it was a ploy to go after Sonic, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I just noticed a ring that clipped into a wall. Oh yes, that's the thing with the level designs in Sonic CD, because you see rings stuck in walls. I think these are all rings that you would be able to access in different time zones. Like, for example, a ring that you would see in the wall in the past would be a ring you could get in the present or the futures.
I did not know that. I thought they were just sort of there.
Yeah, I think it might also apply to other objects as well, but I'm not entirely sure.
Collision Chaos definitely has better music than the US version.
Oh yes. Wait, what? Oh yes, you mean in the Japanese version? Oh, hold on, what do you mean? The Japanese version has better music than the US version?
Way better.
Oh, I definitely agree with you. Because I mean, I know the US version had soundtrack done by Spencer Nilsson, but I think there was another guy who worked on the soundtrack as well called David Young.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I think he might have been responsible for Collision Chaos's music, and also Metallic Madness.
Too bad
And
you
honestly,
didn't put the past versions of the songs.
yeah, the past versions of the songs not being done could possibly be to do with how the music is programmed in the game. Alright, but back on the subject of Collision Chaos and Metallic Madness, I'm thinking he was the one who made the music for Collision Chaos and Metallic Madness, and honestly, especially compared to the other to Spencer Nielsen's contributions, they're very dull.
Honestly, Metallic Madness is my favorite on the soundtrack.
Really?
It's a lot more atmospheric, and it feels like it really fits the final mechanical area that it
Oh yeah,
fits in, at least to me.
yeah, I would agree with you there for the bad feature, because because it's incredibly dark and very fitting of the bad feature itself. The good feature definitely is dull.
That one I haven't heard in a long time. You're probably right about that, though. I normally just listen to the present versions of the songs.
Then again, I guess it probably also shows that the song is also very forgettable.
Speaking of forgettable things, I love that boss, but it's very easy.
Well, that boss that just beats, that can take either a few seconds or minutes It depends on how on the RNG or something, or how good you are with the pinball physics.
Or if you're 6 years old and it takes well past the time over, and you do it over several lives and it still doesn't work.
Yeah. Will we see Bad Future Stardust Speedway? Well, I mean, I don't know, but you might not be able to see the actual Bad Future Stardust Speedway, but you will hear the music. Like when we race Metal Sonic.
You'll see the Bad Future Stardust Speedway when he does the Time Stones run, right?
Yeah, it depends. It depends on how I space out the time stones.
Ah, right, that's true.
I kind of squandered my chance to go into the past. I'm gonna look for another time.
There's one
If
either
I count-
in this one or the next act that's like, there's a past hidden up in a ledge up in a corner where there's just springs to bounce back and forth between.
Yes, I remember that one. You know, I might as well just restart the act.
That's probably for the best. You're next to the machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna restart the act.
That
And I
must
can
be
do that by.
Title Tempest Act 2 then that I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Also, Labyrinth Zone 2.0 is not incorrect.
yeah, Sonic 1 might as well. I think wasn't Sonic CD envisioned to be Sonic 1 on crack?
Probably, honestly, based on the way it looks, that would make sense.
Because some of these levels look like more surreal versions of Sonic 1 levels. We've got Palm Tree Panic, which corresponds to Green Hill. Collision Chaos could correspond to correspond to what was it? Oh yes, Spring Yard. This zone could be Labyrinth Zone. Stardust Speedway is Starlight, and Metallic Madness is Scrap Brain.
The only one we're missing is Marble, right?
Yes, there was going to be a level that takes place in between. There was going to be a level that's set in between Palm Tree Panic and Collision Chaos, which never came to be. Taxman was going to make a level that would fill the void called Desert Dazzle.
That never came to be either.
Yeah, because Sonic Team wanted to keep the experience as authentic as possible. This also means he couldn't put in the true final boss to the game. Basically,
as authentic as possible. Add his zone.
But yes, the true final boss that he wanted to add was going to be a boss that would only be accessible if you got all the time stones. Its name is appropriately Final Fever, and you'd be running around and it's set in the good feature only, and you'd be trying to wow, I got an air bubble outside of water. But yes, it was going to be set. Basically, you had to damage the boss by doing time warps.
You never get enough oxygen.
Yeah, but did you know that having too much oxygen can be bad for you?
I did know that actually.
Yeah, because from what I remember reading, if you breathe in too much oxygen, I think it raises the blood pressure to dangerous levels.
Mhm.
I could be reading it wrong.
That sounds right.
Hello, stream. Mint, I can see you trying to contact me through Steam, but I don't think it's probably going to show up on the stream itself because of the way OBS is working. You're probably not going to be able to see the Steam overlay in this.
You're using game capture, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing direct window capture. Yeah, I'm doing direct window capture, so I don't think it's going to catch the Steam overlay. Well, I can't see it right now, but if you don't see your messages show up on stream, then it definitely does confirm that you can't see it.
They're hearing the messages though.
Yeah, but I've definitely heard sound effects.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I think these double springs here. I think this is the pass sign you're talking about earlier.
Looks like it. Yep.
And oh yeah, I never did address something regarding the music. The music in the past. the way the music was composed in for the past stages, it runs off the the Mega CD or the Sega CD's PCM sound chip.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't put good.
Yeah, because I think that's actually that's kind of a clever thing because obviously the past is like the old, so you're playing so the music is playing by the old way, by being played off the off chips by the system's own chips, the system's own sound chips, while the present and futures use CD audio. Because the music for the past is hard coded into the game, either they couldn't change it or they didn't have time to change it for the American release. So therefore, the music in the past is the same across both soundtracks.
That makes sense. Okay.
Even in the Windows 95 version, which uses the US soundtrack and puts the past music on the CD.
Right. Yeah.
Hold on, I definitely did. Did I destroy that Metal Sonic thing?
You destroyed the Metal Sonic. Yes. I was wondering where the flower
Although
generator thing was, and you just found it.
Yeah, I just found it. Alright, I'm gonna check in. I don't see fish. Did you see? You definitely did see me destroy it.
Yes.
Excellent. Because anyway oh yes
and water right next to where you were using the springs to go to past.
Yes. Anyway, as oh yes, too much oxygen will cause your body to collapse from it being so poisonous. Oh. Okay, and that's TMI, mate. TMI.
Today we learned about how to die.
And it's gonna be in the video feed too. That's gonna disturb some people. I'm really sorry about that. To anyone who possibly watches this and sees that, possibly when I put this up on YouTube, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for disturbing you.
It's not too bad, honestly. You just gotta know that that doesn't happen, usually. You'd have to be, breathing 100% oxygen in the air, and I'm not sure that would completely do the same thing either.
But yeah, but when Onion mentioned about oxygen being poisonous, too much oxygen being poisonous to you, it reminds me of Pikmin.
What happened
Why?
to Pikmin?
Well, oxygen is poisonous to Olimar species.
Ah, right.
Because the whole point of the first game is that he only has enough power in his life support system to last 30 days. After 30 days, his life support system fails and he dies from the oxygen.
Good, appropriate time to be talking about this while fighting a boss made entirely of oxygen.
Yes, Sonic should be dead, really. But
video game.
Sonic, yeah. But yeah, speaking of Olimar and his species, well, his species is Hoggetatians. So, but for the playable characters in Pikmin 3, the Copites, they can breathe oxygen.
Oh.
Their planet is actually made up of a bit has some well, Olimar's planet Hoggetate does not have oxygen in its atmosphere. I'm not sure what else it has that its species breathes off of, but there's no oxygen in the atmosphere. While Kopai has a bit of oxygen in its atmosphere. Yet the Pikmin planet PNF 404 has far stronger levels of oxygen than Kopai. So therefore, the Copites still have to. The Kopai crew still have to wear space helmets.
Hmm.
After that Pikmin-related tangent, we're in Quartz Quadrant Zone.
Which reminds me of something about the boss of the last zone. I don't remember if this actually happened or if I dreamed it up or something, but I seem to remember there was I was fighting the boss and I didn't kill him quick enough, so the oxygen bubbles all respawn. Is that a thing that can happen?
Oh yes, I think when the number of bubbles is below a certain threshold, the boss will regenerate some bubbles.
Hmm.
This is quite a difficult one to There we go. Got the time warp. Anyway, thing about Ghost Quadrant Zone, I actually really like the atmosphere. It's a mine level, but I really dig the atmosphere of the past. Because of how natural it is.
It looks nice.
Yeah, especially that bright green primordial lake in the caverns. And then we go to the outside where we see these blue mountains. Interestingly, the first time I saw the past version of Quartz Quadrant was back around like 2000 or something. Yeah, as a kid, I found Sonic Fan Games headquarters.
Oh.
I looked at all these different these different sprite libraries they have for the Games Factory. One of them had graphics from Quartz Quadrant Past, and when I saw these blue mountains in the background, I thought they were city buildings.
I mean, that wouldn't be terribly off base.
Yeah, though for it being in the past, city buildings wouldn't make sense.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of want to push up that those scary oxygen facts up a bit more as possible. So you guys have some random things to say in the chat. Go ahead. Because the more I look at that I can't unsee it. Thanks, Onion.
Okay, here's a fun one that I'm sure will rile the chat up really good. Which soundtrack is better?
Oh. I think the answer is going to be pretty unanimous. It's probably going to be the it's definitely. I think a lot of people would definitely say the Japan. Well, a lot of people, that would be just a small group of us. It would be the it would have to be the Japanese.
So I'm the only voice of reason here. Overall, I think I like the US soundtrack better, just because. Because I grew up with it, I'm gonna be honest. But in general, between each of the different tracks, it's hard for me to like choose which one I like best. Like, especially for Quartz Quadrant, this is one of those zones where they're just both so good.
Yeah. Because yeah, but if you like the American soundtrack more power to you. And as much as you don't want me to miss the big rings, I'm saving those for Tails, remember?
Soon.
Cause I'm leaving Tails with the Time Stone collection duties.
Making Tails do all the hard work while Sonic gets to be the cool one.
Technically, Sonic's doing harder work than Tails.
Actually, this could be the prequel to Tails' playthrough. You get all the time stones and he turns into Sonic and goes back and actually does the thing.
Yeah, or maybe it's kind of like Coco being in the Insane Trilogy versions of Crash 1 and Crash 2.
Also works.
Because in those remasters, she uses the time twister from Crash 3 to travel to the past and help Crash.
I'm sure it makes sense somewhere.
Yeah, because Vicarious. Oh, I messed up the time warp again. I'm restarting this act. Because Vicarious Visions has to come up with a reason for you to be able to play as Coco in Crash 1 and Crash 2.
You almost had that warp too.
Yeah. Because there was an easier way to get the time warp in Quartz Quadrant, because you could use some of those like those things that you can shoot up to depending on which direction the conveyor belts are going. In the original version, you could use those to get an easy time warp. You can't do that here.
You can't?
No, you can't.
That was the only way I ever did that back in the day.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, Taxman decided that you're not going to be able to get time warp through that. It might have been unintentional because it might be something to do with the retro engine.
Maybe. But I feel like they got everything else so accurately that they wouldn't miss something that big.
Yeah. I need to clear the path. So with all these badniks in the way, I can't get a good time warp going.
You got this.
Okay, the path. Okay, the path is cleared, and now it's time to do a runner. There we go.
Nice.
And now for Act 2, I have to go all the way back to the beginning. Do you wanna know why?
Because it's all the way back there, isn't it?
Well, yes, the Metal Sonic projector.
Of course they would do that.
Oh, there it is. And there it is. If you use the level select to start from Quarter Quadrant Act 2 in the past, it's right there. Okay, there's something else. Oh yes, the Metal Sonic projectors aren't really, well, they're not required to beat the game. You're only required to go after the robot teleporters to get the good ending.
Oh, really?
The Metal Sonic projectors are completely optional. But here in the remake, you get them for an achievement.
I didn't know they were optional.
So yeah, they're there for if you want to go get them, or if you want the achievement in this version.
But they don't do anything else?
No, nothing else other than make animals appear.
Although the animals are nice and happy.
Yeah. Regardless, even if you don't go after them, they still appear in the good future anyway.
Ah, right, yeah. Being in the good future when it's all celebratory and stuff is nice.
Yes, also, I want to draw some attention to this Sonic monitor here. This is from the 510 prototype of Sonic CD. But it was taken out in later prototypes in the final game. This remake adds it back in for Act 3.
Nice!
In fact, I took some time, I even took the time to like document the Sonic CD prototypes for the cutting room floor.
Good stuff.
Both the 510 prototype and the 712 prototype.
It's always cool when people find all these new prototypes to dig through.
Yeah, though the 510 prototypes and the 712 prototypes have been floating around for years.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think they were floating around as far back as 2000.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm wondering if there's another one out there. That's what sparked that.
Oh yes, there are two other prototypes that have been dumped. One that was dated in August. It's not really a prototype, but it's actually a kiosk demo. It's actually a Japanese kiosk demo. It's identical to the final game, but you only have but in normal play you only have Palm Tree Panic playable. You can use the level select from the final version of the game to access all the rest of the game.
I'm sure somebody actually did that in a store at one point.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That is if they somehow guessed the level select code by complete sheer accident.
Or knew it.
Yeah. Also, there's also the 920 prototype. This prototype it was actually built after the Japanese and European releases.
Wow.
It is actually the US. It's actually a pre-release of the US version. It has the press the button while paused to die cheat, which lets you restart a level at the cost of a life.
Hmm.
But it has the Japanese soundtrack.
Was there ever a re-release in PAL version, PAL regions?
A re-release? What do you mean?
Like one that adds the press a button to restart kind of thing.
No, no, I don't think there was.
Okay.
And speaking of the PAL version, because I do own a PAL copy of Sonic CD.
Nice.
And a Mega CD to play it on. I decided I'm not gonna, as much as I want to be like as retro as possible, I'm not gonna do. I decided that I will not. I unanimously decided that I would not use that version because this version is just better. It's a constant 60 frames per second and there's no slowdown, widescreen, the Sonic 2 spin dash, and playing as Tails. Plus, I get to have both soundtracks.
The cutscenes are better quality too, right?
What's that?
The cutscenes are better quality too, right?
Yes, it's the high quality cutscenes from the Windows 95 version.
I'm still curious to see all the retro ones, but maybe one day.
Anyway, but yes, I'm going to show off the statue. Which you can find in the past.
Once you get to the past.
And I am. Also, the past
that look like they can crush you, they actually take you through a tube, right?
Yes, and I don't understand how that is supposed to work.
Not intuitive at all. I never figured that out for any of the times I actually was playing the game. I only figured that out well afterward.
Yeah, but you actually have to do that in order to find the robot machine.
Wait, do you?
Yes, in this act. Alright, you'll see in a minute, because I just want to go down here to find the angel statue. You come up close to it, and it gives you rings. And you can keep coming back in to get more and more rings. It also gives you an achievement in this remake.
How many rings does it give you?
I haven't counted, but I think you can get like 50. I think the statue can give you like 50 rings. And you can just keep, and you can go out and go back in for more. Basically, you could end up with like 999 rings just from revisiting that statue over and over.
You know, in case you need to farm lives in this game.
Now, I think you only get 2 lives from collecting rings, 100 and 200. I know in other games like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you don't get any more lives after 200 rings.
Forgot about that. It's a weird limitation.
Yeah, they probably didn't think you'd be able to get that many rings.
I wonder if there used to be a limit on rings, like 255.
Knuckles Chaotix has a limit of 255 rings.
Weird.
And there's the Metal Sonic. But yeah, Wacky Workbench, the past I also like in terms of aesthetic and music, because in the past you get to see the sky, which shows that that Wacky Workbench was being built in a canyon. And as for the music, I would say the past version of Wacky Workbench has to be my favorite. Has to be my favorite song of the past.
I don't remember what that one sounds like, and I can't listen to it right now, but that sounds right.
Ah. A 255 ring limit kind of makes sense actually, because program reasons. Yeah! Also, oh yes, Knuckles Chaotix not only has a 255 ring limit, it has a reverse limit of negative 99.
That's oddly arbitrary.
Yeah, do you want to know why? Because when you press the call button to bring your partner back to you, it costs you 10 rings. If you keep spamming the call button over and over, you actually go into negative rings.
And it's not like they want to give you negative lives, so I guess that makes sense.
Yes, and if you, in fact, basically having negative rings is the same as having 0 rings. where if you get hit, you lose your partner and die.
Ah,
Plus, if you finish a level with negative rings, you actually lose points.
sounds right.
And when I said that it has a negative 99 cap, if you keep spamming the core button to go below negative 99 rings, you automatically die.
Nice. Don't go into debt, kids.
So yes, you die Knuckles Chaotix by driving yourself into a heavy debt. I mean, it's bizarre enough that Vector finds God in that game.
Knuckles Chaotix is probably a game. We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah. And, oh, I just butchered up the past. I'm doing that one again.
This one has such a convoluted past sequence.
Yeah, I think the 255 ring cap also has something to do with the special stages and bonus stages, because your rings are used as the time limit in those stages.
That would make sense.
Which is something that Sonic Mania does for its special stage. Except it isn't. Except the rings you start out with aren't the rings you collect in the zone. They're just like a set pool that varies by special stage. Sometimes it gives you like 25 rings to start with. Sometimes 20.
I didn't notice it varies. That's interesting. I think the first special stage starts with 30.
I remember it being 25 rings.
I could be wrong about that.
There we go. The past has extra structures which make reaching a robot machine easier to get in the past.
Nice.
But yeah, while I do like the past, while I do like how the past is set in a canyon and as well as the music for the past, this zone is probably the worst zone in the game because you're constantly bouncing and it's hard to control.
I mean, the verticality idea is cool, but the fact that you have to platform and basically avoid
Oh yes,
the equivalent of bottomless pits that don't actually kill you is awkward.
Yeah, and these electrical conduits that are everywhere don't help matters.
Mm-hmm. At least you can break them in Sonic Mania.
There's the Metal Sonic. Oh yes, they put those in Flying Battery.
But only if you go on a certain route.
Yes, the down route. If you take the lower ones.
Which for some reason is 2 minutes faster than the upper one.
Really?
Yeah. That's the speedrun route, is taking the low route the entire way.
Oh. Yeah, that does raise me a question. I wonder if they're going to like reset the. I wonder if when they release the patch for the consoles, are they going to reset the leaderboards for Knuckles?
I can't imagine them not resetting the leaderboards for everything because there's just so many broken strats.
Yeah, because there's a glitch that allows Knuckles to clip through the entire terrain and completely break zones.
Which would be nice if they kept, because that's a cool speedrunning tactic, but still.
Yeah, but to a lot of people it's cheating.
A lot of speedrunning is cheating.
Well, yeah, because you're exploiting quirks within the game to beat the games quickly.
Right, exactly.
Like using zips.
That's the best part.
And then there's the true cheaters who like do whatever they can to make the timer always 0 seconds, and ruin leaderboards for everybody.
Yeah, I don't envy anyone trying to speedrun on the PC version.
Yeah, because from what I hear, people broke the leaderboards on that very quickly.
Yeah, somebody put in blank 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 instead of even 0.
Wow. Because I think Sonic CD's leaderboards might have been gimped. I'm gonna have a look right now. Alright, what is it? Start. My score. Yes, as you can see here, a lot of these are blatantly cheated.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Oops.
At least you didn't accidentally restart.
Yeah, although it looks like there's bottomless pits in this boss, there aren't. In fact, bottomless pits are incredibly rare in this game.
Which is good. More Sonic games need to do that.
Yeah, there's only like one true bottomless pit, and it's at the very end of the game.
Meanwhile, Flying Battery exists.
Yeah, it's also an incredibly stark contrast to all of Dimps' games. Because they love bottomless pits.
I think that's not a strong enough word.
Why, what would you say, how would you describe the affinity for bottomless pits?
Abuse?
Yes. Alright, that's Wacky Workbench Zone done.
Possibly one of the most unique zones in Sonic history.
Yeah, also one of the more annoying ones too, because of the bouncy floor.
But hey, at least we made it to Starlight I mean, what?
Stardust Speedway Zone.
Yes.
Alright, I got a future sign, and I'm gonna have to look for a past. Well, by getting that future sign, it clears it so I can get a past sign and not run into it by mistake.
The speedrun routes for this zone in Sonic Mania are freaking amazing.
Ooh. Because I did get like a few like make it to the top of some of the leaderboards briefly for some zone and character selections.
I made it to the top of the leaderboards too, and then everyone who's actually good at speedrunning beat me.
Yes, within like a few hours.
Yep.
Here I am in Stardust Speedway in the past, which we'd actually seen in Sonic Mania as Act 1.
Too bad this zone has probably my least favorite music. This past version.
Really?
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
Which one? This one or the remix?
The past version, just in general.
Just so both of them then.
Like, the present is great in either version. Good Future, I don't remember what the Japanese one sounds like, but the US one is good after the intro.
Because I consider music for Stardust Speedway Pass to be my second favorite of the past themes.
Fair enough.
Because it's a very chill song. And even more so in Sonic Mania.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Alright, I, for the life of me, have difficulty remembering where the metal Sonic projectors are for Stardust Speedway. And speak of the devil, there is one. It's also pretty ironic because of who we fight, who we race at the end of this zone.
But at least this is the last zone he shows up in.
Yes, because after we beat Stardust Speedway, there's going to be no more projectors.
Because Metal Sonic is dead. Hopefully. You are going to kill him, right?
Well, we are. Oh yeah, speaking of the music for the past, for the present, this beginning bit right here, I keep hearing it as, it's like, I thought it sounded like they were saying, leave your keys.
I have a strange hunch that's not what they're saying.
Yeah, it probably most likely isn't, but to me, it sounds like they're singing, leave your keys. It's like, they want me to leave my house keys behind? No way!
No way? No way!
Oh, those light bulb enemies, they become very annoying in Sonic Mania.
I feel like they're less threatening in Sonic Mania.
No, I always found them, I find them to be not at all a big deal here in Sonic CD, but in Sonic Mania, they become absolutely annoying.
Well, we just differ on a lot of opinions, don't we?
Yeah.
I guess you picked the right Cocom then.
Yeah, someone to naturally bounce off of me. I just really like this song.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I should be getting near to the Metal Sonic projector of this act. There it is. because I'm slowly trying to start getting better at remembering where they are for this zone.
Hey, Hydro's got a joke.
Hey, I didn't you be playing Sonic Mania so soon. Yeah, this marathon stream kind of blew by so fast.
Wow, it's already Sunday?
Oh yeah, this I'm not sure what this building is supposed to be. Is it a cathedral of some sort? Because it kind of looks like a cathedral.
You're probably not too far off.
Yeah, this changes into an Eggman statue in the present and bad future, and changes into a different cathedral in the good future.
A really, really splendiferous one in the future.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, there's those spinny things you jump through and it changes the layers in this zone.
Yeah,
I brought that back for Mania, because that's a really cool visual representation of how this game works.
Yeah, but in gameplay wise, it's kind of annoying.
I guess so.
And here we are in the good future.
Now I will say this about Stardust Speedway. I like the Bad Future theme way more in the US version. That's just me.
Yeah, speaking of that, because it got a remix in Sonic Generations. And now which was done by Cash Cash, who also did the Sonic 3 Final Boss remix for the 3DS version.
Both of which are good songs.
Yeah, it's a fantastic remix. Plus, Sonic Forces is also having a remix of the US theme.
Generations had both. Mania has the Japanese one, and Forces has the US one.
Yeah. Speaking about that, it does make sense that Forces would have the US version because it's a more darker game than Sonic Mania.
Atmosphere. Mint is having a time.
Well, I can't keep abusing that electric shield trick because at a certain point he's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna lose. I'm toast.
Oh no!
Yeah, taunt me while you can, Metal Sonic. I will have my revenge.
You're too slow.
How ironic or something. The Sonic, the fastest thing alive, gets taunted for being too slow. Also, when just before the race begins, Metal Sonic does that wagging finger thing if you press the jump buttons. If you don't press the buttons, he doesn't do it. Another thing that I don't get regarding Metal Sonic in this game, if he's supposed to have red eyes, why has he got grey eyes on his sprite, even though there's a red colour? Which they are using for the shoes that they could use for the eyes.
Looks more robotic that way, I think.
Yeah. That laser has the same properties as the spikes in Sonic 1. It can hit you even when you're in the invincibility state. Also, it's instant death. Why hasn't Eggman had an instant death laser from the beginning?
Also a good question. Maybe he's not actually serious about it.
Yeah, because maybe he's like Dr. Wily, because I remember in one of the Mega Man X games, in one of Zero's flashbacks, Dr. Wily explains to Zero that beating Mega Man gives him having Mega Man challenge him all the time gives him life.
So he's a level designer.
Yeah, so perhaps having to like come up with new robots to beat Mega Man gives him life. Like it gives him a challenge in life or something like that. Eggman it's probably the same thing with Eggman, like especially his Boom incarnation. Alright, this is at this point Metal Sonic doesn't do any more attacks. And we've rescued Amy!
Nicely done.
Huzzah? In big question mark?
Amy earned her hug.
Yep, she endured all the hardships to be able to earn that hug. And now here we are in the final zone in the game. Metallic Madness. Sonic Forces, well, the level does that. Sonic Forces. Well, I'm kind of curious to see how that one will turn out, but as a lot of people have been pointing out, the level design is looking not so. I don't know. It's not looking very well designed, but that's only just like the first few levels of the game.
Yeah, but that doesn't give a good idea of. That doesn't give a good impression of what the rest of the game is gonna look like either.
Exactly.
I've also heard it's been kind of rushed. Like they've only really worked on this like for a year and a half.
Really? I would have thought they would have started development sooner than that, because I know Sonic Generations development of that game started right after Sonic Unleashed was finished. So
they had
so
time
maybe
to make it.
Yeah.
Also, hey Turret.
Learning from the mistakes of past games like Sonic 06. Yeah, I'm hoping Sonic Forces will be at least decent.
It probably will be. I mean, it's Sonic. As much as we like to joke about Sega screwing it up, they don't usually.
And I just got another follow from Mega Man Dragonoid. Thanks, mate.
The stream's turning out good already.
Yeah, because of the way Metallic Madness is designed, this is probably the most difficult to do time travel in. It's appropriate for the final level. Oh, follow. You placed the host. Oh, sorry. I was just so concentrated on talking that I didn't. That I misread the text. Sorry about that. Well, thanks for hosting, because that also helps too.
Smooth transition into the past.
Oh yeah, Metallic Madness. Shall we talk about Sonic Mania here?
Probably a good idea.
Because I was surprised that this would be Metallic Madness would be in Sonic Mania, because especially considering two zones that came before it had some of its gimmicks. We've had the tubes from Act 2 and well, from both from the second act of Metallic Madness. We've got the tubes from in Chemical Plant, and the walking mechs that were used in Lava Reef. I didn't think Metallic Madness itself would be in Sonic Mania.
In any case, any excuse to bring back Mini Sonic is a good excuse.
Oh yes, because and they gave it a lot more prominent focus in Sonic Mania. And we will be getting to Mini Sonic soon enough.
But will you find a special stage?
Yeah, what's also interesting is that while Stardust Speedway in Sonic Mania takes place in two different time zones, Metallic Madness is set in the present in both acts, but they have elements of the past and futures in their respective acts. Act 1 has elements of the past, including the background and the music, while Act 2 is more like it takes some bits from the bad future.
It's good that they mixed it up like that.
Turretbot, Turretbot's messages aren't on the stream. Hold on a minute.
That is weird.
Oh, I think it's because of the I think the reason is it's because of the I think it has to do with the chat thing I've got on the stream, because it's set to hide bots. So anyone with bot in the name is probably going to be mistaken for a bot by this chat plugin.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that. You know what? I'll go change it now. Actually,
What chat program are you using?
It's hosted by nightsdev.com.
Oh, it's CapChat.
Yeah,
That's the one I
something
use.
like that.
He shows up just fine.
Oh,
so.
is that the same one?
Yeah.
All right, I might as well. If I change the settings now, it's gonna reset the chat on the display. I'll do that. I'll do that for Sonic 2 tomorrow. Never forget Nightbot from Platform Mania. Oh boy, was Nightbot a jerk. Not to mention, it actually managed to time out NTOM64 of Hellfire Comms.
Amazing.
Though while getting to the past is difficult in Act 1, it's actually easy in Act 2 because you can just do this. No, don't worry, I haven't blocked him. If he was being rude or anything, I probably would have. If he was someone who's going to be rude, I would definitely block him. But because we did have someone who was being a bit of a jerk in Diddy Kong Racing.
That wouldn't have been him. I don't think you knew about this channel before then.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't Turretbot. That was somebody else.
Turret's another one from my stream, so.
Yeah, I figured as much. Oh yeah, the machine, the robot machine in Act 2 is quite a difficult one to find because you'd have to go left on that tube thing and then come here. And there it is.
It's a maze.
And I died! By crush damage! Somehow!
Incredible. At least you have 10 other lives to take care of the rest of this. Also, WoW is moving down. That's how you get crushed.
Yeah.
You stand in between a tiny space and it moves down instead of up and you get crushed. Yes, that is how that works.
Yeah, even Retro Engine does I mean, Saxman did a really good job at making Retro Engine play just like the classics. But you might think maybe it might be a bit too well because I got the crush because you can still get crushed just as easily as in the classics.
It still keeps the broken enemy generator, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I'll just go back and double check. Collision detection. You know what? I could say this. Retro Engine, the fuck is a hitbox? And yes, it's destroyed.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, the joke came from the Some Call Me Johnny's Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy because they had a lot of hitbox oddities throughout the remakes. So they came up with the phrase, Vicarious Visions, the fuck is a hitbox?
Nice.
It was also the origin of something called Wonky Dick. Oh, Wonky Dick! Also, this bit here in Metallic Madness Act 2 in the past, in the original Mega CD version, this part of Metallic Madness was impossible to get through in the past.
Seriously?
Yeah, because there was a spring around here, but it never catapulted you high enough to do it, to be able to make it up here. This was fixed in the Windows 95 version.
And subsequently every other version afterward.
Yes, with the Gems Collection version being a ported than Windows 95 version, and this being a remake. Alright, first I want to take care of Oh yeah, that's right, all the badniks die. All the badniks die when I break the machine. It's the only ones that still stay around are the big bombs.
Hey, these walking things were in Lava Reef, right?
Yep, they can destroy Rexons.
And basically anything.
You get an achievement for destroying a Rexon with one.
I don't remember there being one in the actual Mania zone, though, of this. One of those walking things.
No, it was the walking mechs did not appear in the Mania version of Metallic Madness.
Huh.
Oh yes, mother. Oh yes, because in Crash Bandicoot 2, internally they had all sorts of different names. Like the lab assistant enemies always had the word "ass" in them, basically an abbreviation of assistant. One such assistant enemy which appears in one of the space levels, he used like had a board which that you'd use to push Crash into a pit. His internal name is Obj.Assbanger.
Yes. Yes. Yes, please.
The Naughty Dog thought that was really funny. How they unintentionally created such an obscene enemy name, so they decided to give all the enemies and give the enemies in Crash 3 obscene names like the one Mint just brought up. Well, yeah, that was Metallic Madness Act 2 with the one and only mini Sonic segment in pretty much all of Sonic until Sonic Mania came around, and added plenty more mini Sonic rooms.
And thank goodness for that.
And here's Metallic Madness Good feature.
And we're almost done with Sonic.
With a lovely garden, lovely sky, and sheep.
Sheep! I like sheep.
Is one of them Sheep Man?
I sure hope not. Well, it's glad it didn't happen until a few years later.
Yeah. Alright, this is the only bottomless pit in the entire game. Oh yes, I'm a sheep, bah. Beep beep, I'm a sheep. Another highlight for me from Platform Mania was the Freedom Planet run. Because Johnny was able to get Dawn Bennett, the voice of Lilac, as a guest.
Ooh.
And she went on with a story about how she like I think she was driving in a car and she said beep beep, I'm a sheep. I also donated $20 to have Johnny and Dawn reenact that one scene from Castlevania Symphony of the Night with their Lilac and Luigi voices. And it was glorious.
Amazing.
I should link that to you sometime.
Yes, please do. I need to see that.
Yeah, I'll do this after the Tails run. Now this final boss is kind of pathetic. Because like other bosses in Sonic CD, it dies in 4 hits. Plus, you can also damage boost through this. Yeah, you can damage boost through this boss to get it done in record time. Another interesting thing is that if Final Fever, the level, was to get into this game, if you came here with all the time stones, the music that will be playing would be the regular boss theme instead of the final boss music.
That is interesting.
And the game is done. Oh yes, there was also supposed to be a final boss that would appear in the form of a robot, but that was scrapped because there was a scrapped boss concept, a final boss concept for Sonic CD, which would be repurposed for Sonic Mania. So anyway, enjoy the ending sequence. With the original lyrics intact. So you can hear that glorious teleportation, yeah!
Sonic fireworks.
And then Little Planet explodes. Oh yeah.
Such good animation.
Who's on your side? Who can you trust? In the middle of the night. Where will you be? If you can't find you, there's no place to go. Nothing to do. If you gotta do something, you gotta do something. Believe in yourself. 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 Hey!
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself. You got to have some faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
Don't rearrange. No need to change. Stay like you are. Keep it all the same. But as you move along in your life, keep an open mind. And don't forget that if you gotta do something, believe in yourself. Yourself. Yourself.
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself. You got to have some faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
You feel tight. Look at yourself.
Inside your heart, you will find a special place to align.
When you feel right, look at yourself.
Inside your mind, you see connected eternity.
You feel tight. Look at yourself.
Inside your heart, you will find a special place to align.
When you feel right, look at yourself.
Inside your mind, you will see connected eternity.
Oh yeah, I think that freeze right there, I think that was done on purpose by the person who made this file replacement. Because you notice one of the credits just froze up there, because in the original, in the original file that comes with the game, I think it had something to do with there's no fade out, there's an actual end to the song. Anyway, that was the Sonic run. You still with me, Will?
Yeah.
Excellent. So now we're gonna do the Tails run.
I did notice during the animation that your mic was kind of cutting out way more than usual. Like
Oh.
stuff. I think you're right about the cutscenes being too taxing on your computer.
Yeah. Though OBS wasn't telling me there was an encoding overload. But yeah, we're gonna do the Tails run. We're gonna get the time stones, and we're gonna listen to the industrialized American soundtrack. And here he is.
Definitely the better one. Yeah.
Says you. It's the Tails run.
The Tails Run doesn't have cutscenes, does it?
No, there's no cutscenes in the Tails run. That means that there's also no ending sequence.
That's unfortunate.
Tails doesn't get everything.
Reanimating that would probably have been a pain.
I don't know why I'm bothering with the past, because because this is a time stone run.
The cutout in the wall.
Well, to be fair, the Tails run in the Sonic CD is of dubious canonicity. Because technically Tails really shouldn't be here.
Kind of a what if.
Yes, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of other what ifs. Like some of the alternate scenarios in Kirby games. Because I mean, especially in some of the more recent ones, like the Meta Nightmare modes. I think apparently the director, Kirby's current director, considers Meta Nightmare Returns to be a what if scenario. Where instead of Kirby defeating the invaders, it's Meta Knight.
Defeating more difficult invaders.
Yeah, plus with some exclusive bosses at the end.
So stuff like the True Arena in those games almost seems canon based on the bosses coming back and having the harder versions and stuff.
Yeah, and the true final bosses that you'd expect at the end.
Makes it almost seem canon even if it isn't.
Yeah.
The lore is good though.
Oh yeah, I think even the special stages are being too taxing. Maybe it's because I got something running. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, all I have running is like it's my browser, and hold on, maybe I can free up a little bit of memory by closing one thing. I'll close down Skype. That won't cause any repercussions.
We could like poke at your settings afterward if you want, and we can see if we can optimize it a little bit better.
Yeah, but we've come this far anyway, so we're just gonna keep on going.
Oh yeah, this stream is fine. It looks fine on my end. There's a little bit of skipping, and that's it. No audio skipping either.
I mean, and so far I've only had 320 dropped frames.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So do you want me to spread out time stones across zones so you can see more bad features?
I mean, I don't particularly care. Do as you wish. Maybe if the chat wants to see something.
Yeah, I personally don't have much of a reason to use Skype nowadays. It's just for like just as a means of just in case.
Yeah, basically, there's still a couple of people that only have Skype contact info with.
Yes, plus Skype is more well known than Discord is among the general public.
But these days, with video chat and screen share finally coming to Discord.
Yeah, because Discord is more because basically Discord is made for gamers.
And what are we? Definitely gaming
Gamers.
enthusiasts.
Big time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing these streams.
Yes.
Yeah, I will be getting all the time stones, but do you want me to string them across zones so you can see more bad features?
Speaking of bad futures.
Well, look what you've done, Tails.
You ruined everything.
Local Fox ruins everything. Man, I enjoyed watching the Sonic-a-thon.
I think I missed that too.
Because not only was this game the birth of the Local Fox ruins everything meme, but also Cream the Rabbi.
Oh my gosh.
Someone in the chat accidentally forgot a T in Cream the Rabbit, so it looked like they were saying Cream the Rabbi.
Perfect.
But it's just so wrong. It was just so wrong. It's just too funny.
Is it time to destroy the boss in record time again?
Oh, yeah. With very creepy music. Oh right, I did miss 5 rings. Oops. But that's because I'm still on on the fence of my decision of like stringing the time stones across zones.
I think that puts a little too much pressure on it. You should just grab them when you can.
Yeah. Also, Palm Tree Panic bad feature in the US soundtrack. It sounds very tribal. Even though it's set in the future.
That's not entirely wrong, actually, now that you mention that.
And also there's no Metal Sonic at the beginning. So there's nothing stopping us from going forward.
There's no Amy either. Possibly for the best.
Yeah, and we have the much less catchy American Collision Chaos theme.
That I will definitely agree with. I mean, it's nice and chill, but it's like there's not much to it.
Yeah, it's such a forgettable track.
When will we get Sonic CD and Knuckles?
Yeah, because Knuckles got completely shafted.
Knuckles
Because,
has even less reason to be here, actually.
Yeah, because He has his own agendas. He's the guardian of Angel Island. Tails is simply here because he's Sonic's buddy, and would be willing to help him out in it by any means necessary.
Decided to go for enemy generators?
Nah, I'm not going for this is the time stone run.
Right, yeah, but you're in the past now.
Yeah, I just came here.
Okay.
I just came here without any plans. It does but at least it does improve that the past music is the same.
Also true, yes. Which is unfortunate, it still throws me off.
Yeah, thanks to technical things, as I mentioned earlier. Next act, I'll get 50 rings, and I will not lose them.
You've got time.
Yeah, it's also a matter of about how long I go on for, because it's now 10 o'clock over here. Because pretty soon my parents will be having to go to bed, and I don't want to disturb them with all of my commentary.
That was true with me and mine at one point, but then I realized that my parents actually can't hear me when I'm here in my room with the door closed.
Huh.
So
Well, their room is just right next door to mine.
theirs is across the house from mine, so
Yeah, though I won't be staying in this house any longer soon, because anytime soon, because we're gonna be moving house soon.
Oh,
And yes, it's gonna be a really big thing for me,
indeed.
because I've lived in this house for like over most of my life.
Dang, dude.
But I'm gonna get my own like personal media room when we move into the new house. I'll have all my computer and video game systems all set up in the room.
Nice.
Newsflash! Local streamer ruins everything! Local Fox ruins him! Local Fox ruins Little Planet!
Local WillWare.
All to fuel his mint candy addiction! Are you familiar with some of the more obscure details of Sonic characters?
Depends on the character.
Tails?
Depends on what you're referring to.
Well, his mint candy addiction.
No, I did not know that.
Well, that's it. A very, very obscure thing that's touched upon with Tails. I mean, the only games that actually touch upon it are Sonic Jam and Tails Sky Patrol.
I've only played Sky Patrol of those two, and that never clicked, so...
Yeah, that is Tails Sky Patrol is very hard and also very short.
I could never get past, like, the second level.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot. Because I mean, I think it's got a really super high learning curve. But once you figure it out, you'll find that the game's really short, which is appropriate because given it's on the Game Gear, and that system's a battery guzzler.
It has batteries? I thought it was just dead all the time.
It uses batteries, 6 of them, and it eats them for lunch.
That's appropriate.
Special Stage 2. I liked how every special stage has a different psychedelic background.
They just all look good.
Yeah, which Sonic Mania also does the trend of.
And even references some of the other ones from past games.
Yep, because I did have a go at redrawing the third special stage background before the game's release.
Is it done or still unfinished?
Nah, that's pretty much done, because it's just it's not a big thing. It's just like a little thing. Even though I put a lot of work into it.
I do really like the special stage sprites for Tails that they made for this.
Oh yes, they're very good. The tail sprites in general for this game are also good.
A precursor of Mania to come.
Yeah, but what I find interesting is that they're based off the Sonic 2 style sprites.
Mhm.
The Sonic 2 sprites did not have a tired animation, but those sprites existed in Sonic Crackers, but unused.
Ah. The stage has too many moving parts for being so small.
Yeah. Right, I'm Tails, so I can just fly.
That is true, isn't it?
Alright, and that's Collision Chaos done. Again.
Now you don't have to hear that music anymore.
Well, until the next boss.
True. I more meant
Okay.
the Collision Chaos music.
Oh yeah, this music's pretty jamming.
Title Tempest? Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Alright, I'm gonna try and do a little trick I saw in the SGDQ run. If I can get to it, but it all depends on those, like, Dragonfly badniks.
We've got a recommendation for Sonic Schoolhouse next.
Oh no! Alright, I got it! Alright, this is a trick I seen in the SGDQ run.
Yo!
You can go into the sea. I can practically skip the whole level, but I actually want to show off something because I'm trying to get down. Because we jumped over the barrier there, that means the background won't change.
Oh, you're right.
Now watch. See what's happening here? Because of the way I think something to do with the retro engine that it's causing the background to loop.
That's incredible.
This means you get to see what the volcanoes look like underwater. And it looks really weird.
That's the best background I've ever seen. It perfectly fits into the Title Tempest aesthetic.
Definitely.
Including the purple. In fact, especially the purple.
Oh yeah. And we're at the end. Oh yeah, I should also point out that about the soundtracks in this version. Both the Japanese and US soundtracks now have like seamless loops, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I didn't get 50 rings because I was too focused on the background shenanigans.
I say that's worth it.
Yes, I'm gonna go for it on this act.
So you are spacing it out, essentially.
Yeah. Because I do want to at least show off. I actually want to show off the Metal Sonic race in the bad feature. So if I'm gonna save the last time zone until the last time stone until Metallic Madness.
You mean they didn't make it Tails doll?
Nah, it's still Metal Sonic, and I'm gonna drown.
That would have been too creepy for this game.
I drowned.
Well, Bubbles, please.
Why do you keep collecting them? Well, I don't think you're probably gonna like what I have planned for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because I'm gonna Sonic 3 Complete, because I'm gonna spread out the Chaos Emeralds between the first between the zones in Sonic 3, because I want to differentiate myself from my own playthrough from other playthroughs, because everyone always prioritizes going after the Chaos Emeralds as soon as possible.
Especially since you can. In Mushroom Hill, there's exactly enough to get them all before you leave that zone.
Exactly. especially when you're playing as Knuckles, because he has access to like two extra special rings that Sonic can't get to.
Oh snap! I didn't know that.
Well, there's one at the start of Act 1 when locked on to Sonic 3, and then there's one in his exclusive. Well, I think there's actually two in his exclusive route in Act 2.
Dang. And Knuckles. And Knuckles. And Knuckles. And Knuckles.
And Knuckles and Junkles and Knuckers.
Featuring Knuckles from Sega's classic Sonic and Knuckles.
And Knuckles from the Knuckles May Chuckle series.
Yes. So this riding on the cork platform thing, that was supposed to happen in Labyrinth Zone in the first game, right?
What was that?
There was a point earlier in Tidal Tempest where you were riding on a platform that was floating on the water as the water rose.
Oh yes, you saw me ride a platform in in Labyrinth Zone. Except it wasn't on water. It was oh yes, you mean those sponge platforms?
Mm-hmm.
Those sponge blocks. You did see one of them in Act 3. Well,
Okay.
3 of them in Act 3. We had to ride one of them to get to the boss.
Doesn't see how much I'm paying attention.
Twitter has a night mode for its layout themes now. Yeah, no, I know it's on the mobile version.
Oh, do you
Kind
mean
of,
it's on the desktop too now?
I don't know. I should check it. I should check later.
I can do that while you're special staging.
Oh sure. Kind of appropriate this one's on the water theme because we were in Tidal Tempest.
I know the Sonic 3 special stages are all based after their zones.
Oh yes, yes, the 7 special stages in Sonic 3. The color palettes correspond to a zone in Sonic 3, including Flying Battery.
Mm-hmm. I don't see anything for it.
And Knuckles. Alright, this isn't Will Stream. Yeah, I kind of wish I had something like that. I had something like that here.
Cranker Face Z. It's really cool.
Oh yes, wasn't there like a rainbow Kappa emote?
Rainbow Kappa, I believe, is just a global emote.
Oh, I thought it was like a universal one on for Twitch.
Right. That.
I also wanted to get into the subject of the loops, the seamless loops in this version of the game. The Japanese version gets its some of its seamless loops from the 720 prototype, because buried on the disc are many different like binary files that are labeled SNC BNK. The sound clips are meant to be played off the PCM chip of the Sega CD.
I remember
But,
seeing those on Sonic Retro back in the day, but I never bothered actually putting them together.
Yeah, some people have. In fact, this remake has put some of them together.
It's too bad they didn't sell the soundtrack, like...
Yeah, but not all of them, though, because take that. Because not all of them, though, because some still didn't quite didn't get used, like which would have made more sense if they were used, because like for example, Quartz Quadrant, because because the loop would have fit more appropriately for the song, but the way it just repeats sounds very jarring.
Mm.
But it is nice that that the remake does use those unused loops.
Mm-hmm.
The US soundtrack, on the other hand, gets some of its music loops from the Sonic Boom soundtrack release. It was basically a release of the soundtracks for the US version of Sonic CD and Sonic Spinball. And these are like extended versions of the songs that play in those games.
Hmm. Also, it looks like the N Knuckles emote is actually working on your display chat.
Oh, it is? Hold on, let me see. Oh wow! I don't know how, but it does.
You don't have it on Better Twitch or anything, do you?
No, it's I don't have Better Twitch installed.
Because I know CapChat shows Better Twitch and FrankerFace the emotes, but I thought it only showed the ones that you have for your channel, not all of them.
Is it a browser add-on?
Yes.
Ah, is it? I'm pretty sure there's a Chrome version available.
Yes, there is. That's what I use.
Excellent.
So, you guys in chat get extra emotes. Fire away.
Sweet.
I wonder what other emotes you've got on here, accidentally.
So I don't think all of us in the chat right now have Better Twitch. So it'll probably still come up as text on those computer screens, but on the stream it will come up as it'll come up as it'll come up as it's supposed to do.
No
We're
one's saying
running out
he
of
has
time.
both, and neither of them show up.
Huh.
So I don't know what's up with that. But it's showing up in CapChat, so... Sure.
I'm running out of time, so gotta get that blue yellow phone, get a time bonus. Uh-oh.
I think
you
and
go.
Knuckles is a FrankerFace emote anyway.
Ah. You know what? Though there's also another thing that bugs me about the Japanese special stage music and the Japanese soundtrack.
Hmm?
Because for whatever reason, there's no loop for it, and there's no like seamless loop prepared for it, even though there is source material for a seamless loop. Because in the 510 prototype, the special stage music is an extended version. They could have got Taxman could have gotten the loop straight from there.
I don't know why they
But-
didn't. That's weird.
But for whatever reason he didn't. Probably it was probably an oversight.
Perhaps it was.
You have better TV, but you can't see them. You sure you're not getting it confused with better Twitch, or am I missing something here?
Let me try something real quick. That shows up on mine. That is a FrankerFace Z level emote.
Hold on, let me see it right now.
That should
Oh,
show up
I
in
see it.
CapChat as well.
Yeah, I see it in CapChat.
But and Knuckles is not one of them, so I don't know why that one's showing up.
I can see and Knuckles in the CapChat on my end.
Right, yeah, it'll show up there, but it won't show up even if you have one of the extensions installed.
I see.
That's still really weird.
Yeah, I want to try and get go to the bad feature here because I want to see the sky. Also, are they saying BAM?
I don't remember what they say.
It sounded like they were singing BAM! BAM! Like the sheep or something.
Beep beep, I'm a sheep.
Yes.
Where are you going anyway?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a time warp going.
Ah, okay.
So I had to look for another future signpost. Oh, yeah, no, I have it installed, but you can't see it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it because this is all new to me.
And it's not new to me, and I still don't know how to explain it, so you're just fine.
So here we are with in the bad feature with music that's the music for both features in the in the US soundtrack, they're both pretty much the same melody, just one's more lighter, one's very dark.
That's kind of how they did that for the soundtrack in general.
Yeah. Also, the sky's on fire.
Appropriate.
Oh, there's the Eggman monitor. What's also interesting is that in the past of Act 1, there is a hidden room that you cannot get into by normal means. If you were to use debug mode to go inside, you see the initials CX, which is a developer Easter egg.
I still haven't unlocked debug mode in this one.
Oh, if you want to unlock, I think the cheat is the same as I think the cheat is the same as you. I think the code you have to enter is the same as the original. I think it's PCM12DA11. I could give it a try later on because I've already unlocked but yes, you have to unlock the you have to unlock the sound test first. Which you do in this game by beating the special stages in Time Attack. Oh, I'm not getting encoding overload messages through some of these special stages. I only got them in the first one, probably because of the psychedelic background.
That may have something to do with it. There's
Yeah, so
another
who
one
knows?
with more
So let's
psychedelic background, so-
Yeah. Let's see how badly it gets when we get to special stage 6.
In the meantime, though, you're pretty good at these.
Oh, thank you, even though it's kind of really difficult to angle yourself up with the UFOs.
That was always my problem with it.
Plus, I'm also experiencing. I think it might be because of the because I'm streaming the game, but there is a little bit of like input lag in the special stages. I'm doing my best to get around them, like to play despite these despite the input delays. Because when it comes, it could be a glitch that OBS is causing, because I know I had another glitch when I was streaming Spark the Electric Jester. That game uses a Click Team Fusion extension for the pause screens, which for some reason which OBS doesn't like. Because whenever I pause the game and then unpause, it crashes the game.
Oh, snap. Were you using game capture for that?
Yeah, I was using like window capture, the game capture plugin. What do you normally use for PC games?
Game capture usually, which sounds like if you use window capture, it should be just fine.
Yeah, I think game capture is the plugin I'm using for PC games. So basically, if I just use window capture for something like Spark the Electric Jester, it probably wouldn't crash when I unpause the game.
Probably. I know, here's a weird thing. Destiny 2 is actually blocking people out of streaming it using game capture at all. You have to use window capture.
Why?
I don't know. Because... maybe they don't want anyone streaming it, I don't know.
Wow. That's kind of dickish. Oh, we finally got the special stage done. Half 10, 5. It's half 10 in the evening. Got 5 time stones. Halfway through the game. I'm making good time.
You are.
Hang on, what was the game again? Destiny 2.
Yes.
So yes, Hydro, the people behind Destiny 2 apparently don't want people to stream their game for some reason.
And so game capture doesn't work.
Yes.
Maybe it has to do with something proprietary they did with the engine for that game, and they made it so game capture doesn't work and window capture does. I don't know. It's still
Well,
weird.
if it's an unintentional engine problem, then I can understand that. If it's if it was like deliberately done in the engine itself, then yes, that is That is a jerk move.
Mm-hmm. I seem to remember having problems with streaming the first game as well, but I don't know. I don't know much about that, so I probably shouldn't try to make hearsay about it.
Ah, okay then. Idiot Shroom. Oh yeah, that's another one of those better Twitch emotes.
That's the Franker Facey emote that
Alright.
a friend of mine has.
So I think that's what might be what you're missing, Mega Man Dragonoid. You might be missing that Frankerface C,
That's it.
or as I call it, Frankerface Z. We pronounce the letter Z differently in the UK.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you?
Yep.
Fancy pronunciations of things, putting unnecessary U's in words.
From what I remember reading in history, I think we used to use the same the same words and pronunciations Americans do, but I think then the British decided to come up with their own and then force it upon America or something, which led to the war for independence.
That... Well, you're not entirely wrong, but something like that. That actually does sound right. I want to say when there was the big split, Britishism started becoming a thing, and Americanism is the original British English or something.
Yeah, apparently we British were jerks back then. I can't say for sure because I wasn't born back then.
Neither was I, but with this game we could time travel there.
Well, yeah, it's appropriate we're talking about history in a game about time travel. Alright. Okay, seeing as this is a time stone run, I can show off what the statue room looks like in the bad future.
It hurts you, right?
Yes, I'll show you to it in a minute. Also, Wacky Workbench US theme, best of the soundtrack.
That's not entirely wrong. I think I like Stardust Speedway a little bit better, but that's accurate assessment.
Yeah, also Tails' hanging sprite. He's generally smaller than Sonic, so it makes sense that that his pose would be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I noticed about this remake is that it imports a few sound effects from Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. The rocket launchers in Wacky Workbench played the pinball launcher sounds from Sonic 2. And those Hotaru Badniks we fought in Metallic Madness, they use the laser sounds from Sonic 3. And here's the Eggman statue. Screw you, Eggman. And that's what happens if you destroy the statue.
Dr. Robotnik's mean spike machine.
And
Doesn't have
Tails
the
was
same
frozen
ring to
today. Oh, here's the rocket thing. In Act 1. Oh, and there's all those Isaac emotes. Tails really can break the game with all this flying.
I mean, given that it wasn't designed around it, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was basically designed for explore. Yeah, Sonic C's level designs were designed for the purpose of exploration as Sonic. They're not exactly. They're not really. They don't really cater towards speed besides Stardust Speedway. Nor are they catered for Tails.
Not that Tails is terribly different from Sonic, but...
Oh yes, speaking of Meat Boy, there's a brand new Super Meat Boy game coming to the Nintendo Switch.
It's a remake, right?
No, I think isn't it like a new game? Because isn't it like a sequel? Because oh boy, there's these colors.
Oh snap.
The colors feel so right.
It's one of my favorite jokes ever. Yeah, it appears to be a remake. It's Super Meat Boy Forever.
I thought it was a sequel because what we saw in that trailer, Beat Boy and Bandage Girl have a child now.
I don't know if they're doing anything different in it, but
Well, there's already
this is
something
sequel.
different. Yeah,
Huh.
because there's enemies to punch.
well, that's cool. I know they had like soundtrack issues with trying to release the first game on other consoles and stuff.
I think how badly OBS is overloaded right now that I'm getting some input lag and overloaded messages on the bottom.
It's having a bit of a time on stream as well. It's dipping in and out of working fine and then struggling a bit.
Yeah, any of these issues happened with Sonic 1.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I would have thought not because I'm using a game capture device for it. For that one, plus for the other games.
Honestly,
This one is a
using
piece.
Capture card is the only reason I could stream from my old computer at all.
Yeah,
tried to
my
stream a
computer's
PC
quite
game, but it
beefy, but my computer's kind of quite beefy, but oh, I almost ran out of time. Yeah, because I got this computer in like 2013, so what it has right now is probably like the standard back then. It's probably not so much. It's not so much nowadays because more beefy computers and stuff are available.
What are your settings for like the stream and stuff? Like the bitrate?
Yeah, it is. Maybe the bit rate might be a bit too high. I don't know because it's around 2000.
That's kind of low actually.
Low.
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean-
because
Standard-ish, but low compared to what I was expecting you to say.
yeah, because I don't want to set it too high because Twitch does not like it if you set your bitrate too high.
You can go up to 6,000 now actually.
Wow. But still, I'm still. I don't have it as high as I really should be having it at because out of paranoia.
I'd be more worried about your internet connection. You've mentioned that in the past, right?
Yes. So I think when we move house, I don't think we'll be able to have Virgin anymore. I think we'll have to get a different service provider.
I mean, that could probably be better for you, honestly.
Yeah, it could be for the better because it probably won't break as much.
Mm-hmm. We've only got one provider here too, which is unfortunate, but that's what we gotta live with.
Oh yeah, because America has some really terrible cable companies.
That's an understatement, but yes.
Virgin, I don't know. I'd say there's good things and bad things about Virgin. Because I'd definitely say one of the bad things about Virgin is that they supplied us with a router, but it's a router slash modem. Here's the problem: it's made by Netgear.
Never get the one your ISP tries to give you. It never works.
Because I think Netgear is basically makes a lot of crap.
Netgear is pretty okay. You just have to.
Well, not the
pay for
ones
least
not the
expensive
one they
network.
gave us because this thing cannot handle being both a modem and a router.
Yeah, that's a pretty big problem with combo routers just in general.
Yeah, because until we got another router, when we tried to use this custom Netgear router that Virgin supplied with us, it would more often than not have a lot of failures.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would constantly cut out for a couple of minutes.
Had that same
When
problem at my old place.
Yeah, plus when we got a separate modem router so we can plug the old one in and treat it as a modem only. And so far it's been a lot more stable. I
Yeah.
still get the odd like disconnects, but they're usually repaired but they're not as frequent and they're usually repaired within seconds.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason you're dropping frames at all, really.
Yes. Plus it's not that all common because I was pretty upset when it happened at the end of Banjo-Kazooie. I just had the Gingernator land the final hit on Gruntilda, And just as she fired that final spell, my connection dropped.
Amazing.
So you could say that Grunty's last ditch spell cut out my connection. But yes, I was pretty upset.
Mm-hmm. What's your
Yes.
speed though, like?
Never forgetty. Well, my speed often fluctuates because I know at most it can go up as most as 90 megabytes a second.
Down or up?
Download speed.
Mm.
But sometimes but quite often like straddles around on 50 most of the time, or 50 or 70.
That's really good.
But yeah, then but the other night I did have that like disastrous moment with with Diddy Kong Racing when I was going to stream that game. Because when I was trying to going to stream Diddy Kong Racing, I had like a miserable time at the start.
If you're getting 50 to 70 down, you might be getting 5 to 7 up-ish, right? Am I guessing?
Yes, I think yeah, at least 5 to 7 megabytes per second as an upload speed.
Hmm.
I don't think upload speed is that. I'm not sure. I know. I honestly really don't know at this point.
Upload speed's gonna be the biggest thing.
Hang on a minute.
Of course, because you're sending the signal to Twitch, so the better you have, the more you can stream, the better quality.
Yes. I'm also gonna have to. I'm gonna have to finish this game pretty soon because my parents are going to bed.
All right, speedrun mode.
But I still gotta get rings for a special stage.
True. But yeah, if we take a look at some point, we could like maybe figure out what's causing your computer to overload.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's because I got Chrome open. Because the only tabs I have open on Chrome is just Twitch dashboard.
That shouldn't be causing any issues.
Yeah, because I did hide the video, hide the preview,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll try for the next stack then.
You got hit last second?
Yeah, I got hit at the last second.
Ah, that's really unfortunate.
Baby Sweaty. Oh, he just had to bring up that thing from Banjo-Kazooie. Because yeah, a lot of Grunty's like secrets that Brentilda tells you, a lot of them are gross. Since Grunty is the epitome of gross.
Yes.
I think I might as well go into the past just to get rid of some enemies. Reminder that Ann Knuckles is still musical.
Musical? Is that the word you meant to put?
Are you thinking of like one of those Sonic shorts or something? Because I remember there was like one of the Sonic Shorts collabs. There was Knuckles sings a song. How dare you try to infiltrate my home and hope you may steal my precious jewels? The Chaos Emeralds belong to me. You shall perish if you break my rules. I'll take these gems of yours. See if you like them yourself. Now leave this island, you spiky little thing. If you know what's good for your health. Give those back. No.
He meant a mystery, but that was a good musical. Also, FFZ lets you do long emotes like that as long as they're text. I don't know why that restriction exists, but it does.
Alrighty.
Tails, you got this.
You got this, Tails. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna. I want to get the 6th special stage in this one. You know, if I, because I want to get the last and then get the last one of Metallic Madness.
Didn't you just get the 6th one?
No, I failed.
Oh, right. Giant Eggman statue.
Which is completed in the bad feature. Is the rings this way? Oh, fuck you.
It's too bad these don't act like the Mania ones where you can actually choose the directions again once you've hit them.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna restart this stage.
Probably for the best.
Because I want to get this done soon because my parents are going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, when I get into the special stage, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm going to run out of time, I'm going to quit, save and quit. Because it actually saves them. It actually saves your game in the special stage, and then you can continue from it from where you then you can reload your save file from the special stage.
Nice.
That is mega handy.
Stardust Speedway continues to be one of the more confusing stages in the series.
Yeah. How about in Mania? Because it's still got quite some of the original level design choices, like with all these bouncy springs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in Act 2.
And the weird spin funnels that you have to hold left or right to go through the different paths.
Yeah, while Act 1 in Mania decides to throw in some Marble Garden
Yep.
with all the pulley lifts and wheels that you spin dash into.
My favorite zone.
Why did you want Marble Garden to be in Sonic Mania?
I didn't.
Oh.
I don't like Marble Garden that much.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's not that.
Name are generally just not good. Don't do them ever.
Well, Marble Garden is not, it's actually pretty good of a level, but it just doesn't appeal to me that much.
Mm-hmm.
It also has some good music, like it's always for Sonic. Almost, or should I say almost always, because I know that we do have Sonic games where we get some legitimately bad music.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
Okay, now we've got the rings.
Let's get to the end.
I still hear Tails flying. Oh yeah, my commission from Tomek is coming soon. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, so it looks like Psychedelic Zone is going to be the last special stage.
Appropriate.
Because I forgot, because I was just thinking about Sonic Mania special stages, because if you fail those, if you fail a special stage, you have to replay that one again to see the others. It's not like that with the classic games, because once you fail a special stage, the game loads the next one the next time you enter the special stage.
It makes more sense the way Mania does it, honestly.
And then it cycles through. Why is it? So that you can practice more than one you failed.
Yeah, exactly. And especially since the later ones get that much harder. Being able to replay the easier-ish one makes it more fair. You get to practice
Yes.
and be ready for the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't think I'm... I'll try and
the
get the...
water looks in the special stage though.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be a struggle.
Okay, got another time bonus. Oh! No!
Oh no!
Oh! I ran out. I got time penalty before I could pause it.
Dang it.
That means I'm gonna have to struggle getting rings in metallic madness. Fun.
And this is where the stream gets interesting.
It's probably gonna prolong the stream by another half hour. But anyway, Tails vs Metal Sonic.
I love the lightning effect.
Yeah, in the prototypes, the lightning effect's pretty bugged out because it's constantly flashing and giving, possibly breaking your eyes. It could possibly give you a headache if you just looked at the sky in the prototypes.
Hmm. Good thing they fixed that.
Yeah, I've got no other choice but to struggle getting rings in metallic madness when there's everything trying to kill you. I shouldn't have done that. Oh wow! What I tried to do, I tried to fly to avoid getting hit by the death ray. The game automatically made Tails get tied immediately.
Huh. I guess they saw the oversight in advance.
Yes.
I don't think 40 rings is enough for this stage.
What's that?
I think you need
I
more
mean-
rings.
There's no special stages in Act 3.
Oh, I know. I still think you need more rings. Obviously, the reason you're not winning this boss fight is because you don't have enough rings. Obviously.
Why, I was having rings supposed to make me win this boss fight because it's not like Sonic Advance 2 where having more rings makes you go faster.
Wait, it does.
What's that?
It does. I didn't know that.
Well, I know in Sonic Advance 2, where since that game like really was really centralized on speed.
Speed and tricks. And yeah, I was more
So
just joking than anything. It's just weird how this one stage gives you like 40 rings and you don't need them.
I got to the end with 50. I survived the race without getting a hit.
Nice.
If I was doing this as Sonic, I'd get an achievement.
But with Tails, it's cheating.
Yes, so achievements are disabled. Sonic CD, but the logo is the Simpsons font. Sonic CD! But yeah, imagine the opening chorus of The Simpsons saying the Sonic CD title instead of The Simpsons.
Or instead of the intro animation.
Yes! Suddenly suddenly we get a weird mishmash of the Simpsons theme and you can do anything.
Sonic skateboards home.
It's like skateboards to Little Planet. So here's the music for Metallic Madness in the US soundtrack.
Which, in my opinion, is the best one.
And in my opinion, it's probably one of the worst songs. Well, particularly the Good Future one, because it's so quiet.
Ah, now I remember that one. Yeah, you're right. Present one is much better.
Okay, I've got enough rings.
You got enough rings and a shield, even. You might
Yep.
just do this.
If you mess up the special stage one more time, yes, you're going to strangle me.
So when you beat the final boss, the save file takes you back to the Metallic Madness 1, right?
No, it takes you back to Act 3.
Oh, that's just gem.
In the original Sonic CD, it takes you back to Act 1.
Well, that's awfully nice to this game to never give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Yeah. Because I do like Sonic 3 Knuckles and Sonic Mania. If you beat the game without all the Chaos Emeralds, all the special stage rings will respawn for you. So you can
Very
keep
nice.
grinding them over and over.
I just used debug mode.
I don't like what the PC version did with the giant rings in debug mode.
What happened?
For some reason, yeah, okay. You know how you're supposed the way rings work, just special stage rings work. If you haven't got all the emeralds yet, you go into the special stage. But if you do have all the emeralds, you go into you get 50 rings.
Right,
For
yeah.
whatever reason, in the PC version of the game, if you you start with no emeralds when you use the level select, but you spawn giant rings. You expect to go into the special stage, but you just get 50 rings.
Okay, time to break out the monitors.
It wasn't like that in the console. It wasn't like that in the. Oh, good thing I paused the game. It wasn't like that in the console versions.
Yeah, that's how I practiced them before finishing the game.
But yeah, I have to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to be strangled.
I think your phone is trying to get your attention.
Yeah, I think it might be Twitter notifications.
Cheating. And
Oh, this control lag's not helping. It's actually kind of a good thing we're not playing this on the Mega CD, because these special stages chugged. Because the Sega CD was trying to do something. It was trying to get something like Mode 7 from the Super Nintendo, but it was doing it all in software.
yeah, that'll work. Mega CD does have an extra core for that though, doesn't it?
I believe so. Because I mean, I know for certain that Marky Jester did a proof of concept ROM hack for Sonic 1, which ports the Sonic CD special stages without any like additional hardware.
Yo, nice.
And it's a lot more. I think it's a lot more like chuggier than on the Mega CD.
Somehow I believe that, but somehow I also believe Marky Jester spent like days and days trying to optimize that.
Yeah. Alright, the control issue screwing me over, so I had to quit it again.
Just be careful.
Sonic CD on Gems Collection is so much better. I would say so, but it still doesn't have sprite scaling. Because another thing that can throw you off getting the UFOs is that the Mega Drive cannot do hardware sprite scaling. It does it in software only. So therefore it kind of screws over the UFOs. Because it makes UFOs look bigger or smaller than they're supposed to be. And it wasn't fixed for the PC or Gems Collection versions.
I can kind of see why exactly 0 other games on the Genesis did this kind of thing.
Yeah, because I know Sega attempted to do this with one of the earliest games on the Mega Drive, Space Harrier 2. And a few other games continue to try and be. A few other games released later in the console's lifespan, like Panorama Cotton, do get ambitious about it.
You got this.
I think it might help if I just shut up.
That's usually what helps me when I'm streaming.
We're gonna be here for a long while.
Don't ever do it.
Alright, I got one. One more to go. Don't wait, missed! Just wait for the time UFO to appear. Go smash that yes again.
You are really cutting it close.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I have to restart again.
Ah. I don't want to break his concentration.
Yeah, because I'll strangle him if he breaks my concentration.
And I won't be back for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'll be strangled.
Ouch. Thankfully, these spike traps don't. These spike traps don't take time away. They just make you lose rings.
Yeah, and it's just sort of slow.
Yeah, but you're still wasting time anyway because you can't control your character until because you can't control yourself afterwards.
It's way less than jumping in the water does.
Oh, definitely. These speed ups aren't helping. Got it!
You got it?
Yep,
Nice.
just one more to go.
Almost done. This is gonna be the tough one though. You gotta get 50 rings
Yeah.
on the small stage.
Yeah, Metallic Madness Act 2 is a long stage, and there's a lot of hazards. That's gonna be fun.
We've got clapping in the chat. You're doing great! You're almost done!
Or as Space Harry would say, you're doing great!
There was an article on Polygon that I read long time ago, but it stuck with me because there was a typo of Space Harrier that said Spacer Harrier.
Spacer Harrier?
I will never get over Spacer Harrier.
Space Harrier, Spacer Harrier, Spacist Harrier.
Yes.
Actually, Spacist Harrier sounds like he's racist to space.
No, it just sounds like the third game in the series,
Ah,
after Spacer Harrier.
oh, where's the switch?
More space than you can shake a gun at. 1 minute in and we're already confused.
Tails, I love you for your flying ability. Oh, it's just a pass sign. Taking a very anti-Sonic approach to this.
Going slow? How dare you?
Worst playthrough ever, 0 out of 10. Oh no!
Did you get hit?
Yeah, I lost my shield.
Okay. That could be worse.
Now I don't feel safe anymore.
It was never safe to begin with, let's be honest.
There's Mini Tails, by the way. Isn't he just adorable?
Look at him! He's tiny! Big old fox ears. His tails are really small, though.
Yeah, I know he's normally like supposed to be smaller than Sonic. Like, only a little shorter. Well, you could take it to exaggerated proportions in Sonic Mania. At least in the initial console release, because I know there's going to be a patch soon which has some of the fixes from the PC version. Like, being able to use having a dedicated button for super forms.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I don't know if the patch will be available before I do this before Sunday, but if it does, great, because I'm gonna be using the Switch version. Especially given with what's happening with Sonic CD here. No, I do not trust this spring.
Trust nothing and no one.
Yeah, it's just as they say in Gravity Falls, trust no one.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, there is
You?
an enemy based off the Flatwoods monster in Space Harrier 2.
I don't know what that's referring to.
I think it was also on the cover. Was it also? I think it was on one of the screenshots or on the cover art. It's on the box somewhere.
You made it!
Good for me.
Now you just gotta do the hard part. No, that was probably the hard part. The special stage.
I think. Do you think 6 is harder than this one?
No, I think getting 50 rings in Metallic Madness Act 2 is harder than the special stage.
Oh yes.
Because you have theoretically infinite tries as long as you don't try to push the timer over.
Yeah, I'd advise as much as you want to like get every single achievement in the game in a single playthrough, I wouldn't advise against it because if you want to get both Savior of the Planet and what's the Time Stone one? Let's see, Treasure Hunter. If you want to get both that and Savior of the Planet in the same playthrough, save the last time zone for Metallic Madness Act 2. Because if you get all the time stones, you won't be able to destroy all the robot teleporters and you won't get the achievement.
Oh, that is important, isn't it?
Yes. So unless you don't know about that strategy, you're going to be playing 2 playthroughs.
Looks like we won't be seeing Metallic Madness Bad Future, though. That's good, at least.
Yeah, I could have showed it off though because the music is dark.
That's a word to describe it.
It's especially dark in the US version because the song in the Japanese version is also dark because you have vocals that say you can't do anything, so don't even try. Get some help. Don't do what Sonic does. Sonic, dead or alive, is mine.
I always felt like Metallic Madness, any of them in the Japanese version, were a little too, like, jammin' to be the last zone. They're good songs.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure they fit.
But it has that instrument though.
Yeah.
That went do. I did it!
Yeah!
Now we can Tails can finally have a good future.
And boy, he needs one after this trek.
Well, after he ruined everything for it to fuel his mint candy addiction.
Tails, you can ruin anything.
Oh yeah, I never did explain mint candies that much because I did have a trail off into a tangent with Tails Sky Patrol. Yeah, the mint candies are his health pickups in that game.
Hmm.
You pick them up to refill Tails' flying meter. His love for mint candy is also addressed in his Sonic Jam profile.
Doesn't the Sonic 3 instruction manual, or Sonic and Knuckles, I don't remember which one, like, talk about their favorite foods?
No, it only talks about
grapes.
Yeah, it only talks about Knuckles.
Oh. That explains why I don't remember either of the others.
Yeah, I think it's only in Sonic Jam. Also, can you hear this?
Never had Sonic Jam, so...
Do you also hear this music? It's
no.
incredibly quiet and incredibly dull, Metallic Madness Good Future music.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah, the Japanese Good Future music definitely trumps it.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. I love how much creativity they put into the lightning bug scene in the animation.
Yeah. And at last, the final boss. The final boss theme in the US version, it's pretty much the same thing, just the laughs are played at different times.
Which is unfortunate, because given the dark soundtrack, an even darker Final Fever would have been very cool.
Yeah. Instead, you just get the boss theme, but with different laughs. Well, it's the same laughs, but at different intervals. Right now, we just had an evil woman laugh. At a different. We just heard the evil woman laugh earlier.
Oh, you can't hit him at all when he's doing that attack?
No, I can't. Normally, Tails is supposed to hit bosses.
Mm-hmm. So why is the music different between versions? Good question. They just decided to give a different soundtrack, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's because Sega of America wanted it felt that Americans wouldn't appreciate house, and that they wouldn't appreciate pop and house, so they have the music changed to rock.
Chill jams. And now there's a war over it forever.
Yep, we beat the final boss, but Tails does not get an ending. He just stands there in the explosion.
Oh,
Amy doesn't even...
There's another weird thing about the Sonic Gems Collection version now that I think about it. I got the good ending with Sonic, but I couldn't enter my name on the name entry screen.
Oh yeah, because I think it's a quirk of the PC version, because I think because you got the good ending, it's played that one congratulations screen. Okay, there is a congratulations screen, which you normally get by unlocking the visual mode. Once you've unlocked the visual mode and go in and view one of the movies, the game displays that thank you for playing screen, and it uses your initials from the time attack mode. I think the Windows 95 version, and by extension the Gems Collection, the Gems Collection version, and by extension the Windows 95 version, it's displaying the screen after you get the good ending. It also uses an unused skidding sprite for Sonic, in which there are a lot of unused sprites in Sonic CD.
For some reason.
Yeah, the remake took a lot of this remake took all the unused sprites out, but they put but Tails has an unused sprite based on one of Sonic's unused sprites.
How meta can we get?
I don't know. Anyway, that's it for Sonic CD. Before I sign off, I just want to show off one last thing. You want to know what the debug mode cheat was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna put the soundtrack back. Extras. Oh yes, you got DA Garden visual mode. I was thinking of showing off the pencil test, but then again, stream lag, like encoding lag. Anyway, sound test. Okay, since you wanted to see the debug mode screen. Okay, I think it's PCM 12, DA number 11. See you next game. We already did the next game. And for some reason the music has changed from Little Planet to Quartz Quadrant Good Future.
Did somebody stay the cutting room floor?
Oh, don't tell me my controls locked on this on this screen.
So we'll see you next time for Sonic 2.
Because hold on, I'm gonna reload Sonic CD because there's also another screenshot. There's also another secret picture I wanted to show.
Is it the pirating screen?
Is it the what? No, it's it's the one that Taxman added to the game.
Ooh.
While you're at it, you can get me the Fun is Infinite screen. Just go on the Sonic CD, go on the Sonic CD's page that Noah Ick just linked to, and just tell me what the code is for that one, and I'll try and guess it out, figure it out for this one version.
FM46, PCM 12, and DA 25.
All right, I'll show off this one first. Do you want me to display that one with the Japanese soundtrack or the US one?
Doesn't matter.
Alright, I think this one... I think this is 3208. There we go. Looks familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right. It does look familiar.
We'll be seeing this place very soon. It's a shame we didn't get into this game, but we will be seeing this place again sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when you do this code, the game takes you to the level select, but it makes with Tails as your character.
Interesting.
Alright, I'm gonna just pick a random level. Metallic Madness Good Future. Actually, we didn't get to see the bad future for the Metallic Madness, so I'll show that one off actually. What was on A181D? Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I kind of do like doing these little bits of last minute faff abouts in these streams because I did it with Diddy Kong Racing. Because at the end of that stream, I put on the free for all cheat to just show how brutal / cheaty DA I get. Oh, and I notice I'm still Tails for some reason. So yeah, like Wacky Workbench Bad Future, it doesn't look that much different from the original version, except we learned that Dr. Eggman cannot look after his own bases. Look how rusty everything is.
And broken.
Yeah, it just shows how much how bad Eggman is at housekeeping.
He doesn't make housekeeping robots?
Yeah, he really should. He should stop spending too much of his resources on beating Sonic and just spend a little bit of money on housekeeping robots.
Sonic runs past half the enemies he throws at him anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the All right, this is the very last thing we'll show. What's the Fun is Infinite cheat again?
Okay, so it's FM46, PCM
Alright.
12, and
I'm gonna try. or a PCM 12.
Mm-hmm. And DA25.
I'm gonna try it here, see if it works. Oh, we got it! Except let's have the US sound. We heard it with the Japanese boss music. Let's hear it with this and really give people heebie-jeebies.
Indeed. Also, that's
Remember-
Christmas, 12/25.
Yeah, Christmas. Merry Christmas Merry Christmas. Fun is infinite
Sega.
from Santa Claus.
Please actually buy the game next time and not the pirate that you got from the flea market.
Yes. So anyway, that'll be it for today. I'm calling it a night here. Tomorrow, Will and I will be back for Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 Complete.
Very excited for that.
Oh, and hi Infinite. See you in Sonic Forces. Anyway, take care.